Bop, 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 bop. I love that song. I just keep beating to it.
Yeah, that was a nice tune.
Like,
Who's that? Who's that for?
StreamYard apparently installed a new video clip feature into the StreamYard, and they actually gave us a free video clip that everyone with StreamYard can use, and it's pretty cool. And I'm not going to get copyright strike, so why not fucking use it?
Fair enough.
Fair enough. So welcome everybody to Bodycam Breakdown. We've been getting a lot of requests on coming back to do Bodycam Breakdown. So here we are, Bodycam Breakdown. We are going to break down the first footage. It's a little bit of a controversial footage. It's not anyone getting shot or anything like that, but it's the potential overuse of pepper spray. And we are going to go through this video. Jimmy, pause. If you want me to pause and say anything you want to jump in, my guy, and say, please let me know and I'll pause the video. Is that okay?
I like your El Sancho live little bizzo there. You got that sorted?
Yeah, but here's the fucking problem with that, my guy. Once I add somebody else to it,
Covers it. Yeah.
guess what happens? Covers it up. Now I'm Encho live.
G'day everyone in chat. Laura Bird, Sean, Radar.
Are you there, Harry Balls?
I'm here, brother.
All right, so let's talk about the potential
Can you
over. Yep, I can hear you good. Can you hear me good?
Okay.
Are you good, my guy?
I'm good, bro.
All right, good. All right. So let's start. Let's go over our first conversation, and then we'll break it down, and we'll kind of go over what we think about it. And again, this happened recently. This happened June 4th. This happened in New Jersey. Shout out to NJ Diver. So let's turn this bitch up, and let's see what everyone thinks.
And Woodland, New Jersey.
Hold on.
911, where's your emergency? And Woodland, New Jersey.
What's the address?
I have a bunch of.
Is it a house or an apartment?
It's a house.
What's going on there?
I have a bunch of kids trespassing and loitering in front of my property, and I keep calling them, telling them to get off.
What are they, just they're in your yard?
Yeah, they're standing on front of my property, sitting down, and don't want to move.
They're just sitting on your, what, on the curb?
Yeah.
What are they doing? They're just sitting there?
Yeah, smoking weed, sitting on in front of my door. I got tenants going in and out of there, and I keep telling them to move, and all they're doing is getting smart. Now, before I put my hands on one of these little kids, I'd rather the cops come and ask them to leave or give them a ticket for just trespassing. And if they get a couple of those, they'll understand when they got to go to court. Stop sitting in front of people's property.
All right, your name? And what's the phone number you're calling from? Are you the landlord there?
I'm the property manager. I live right on the corner. And I have tenants live there, and they're complaining.
And your phone number? All right. Have you had any call fever, traveled outside the country, or been around anyone that's tested positive for COVID?
Excuse me?
Have you been around anyone that's tested positive for COVID-19 or had any call for fever?
Sancho, pause it there.
All right, well, let them know we have Officer Noy out there.
Yeah.
So they're going to ask that now if you got COVID or
Is that policy, Harry Balls, you think?
Harry.
Helps on mute. It depends on the department. Yeah, I mean, people are concerned about that now, especially for responding officers, or they have to go hands-on or something. So, yeah, it's a normal question.
Is that weird to you, Jimmy? 911 call go hands-on with the caller, though?
No, they let the officers know, because the officers have to go hands-on once they get on the scene.
But not with the caller. Why would they go hands-on with the caller?
You don't know who... Yes, he is the caller, but is he going to be involved with them once they respond? Does he want to see the responding officers?
Talk to them.
Right.
Witness.
That's why I asked, Sancho. That's why I asked you to pause it. Why would they want to know what the caller's got? They're not going to mix it up with him, surely.
Right. The caller could be a witness and would want to talk to the police and say, this is what I saw. I saw this car. Here's a license plate. They need to meet face to face. They do have cell phones as well, but the likelihood
I'm sorry. Sometimes callers want to be contacted. Sometimes callers don't want to be contacted.
Right.
And better to be safe than sorry.
Right.
You got to call for
So right away they're asking for ID. Is that lawful right now?
You can ask any questions you want, whether they give it to you or not.
Is it lawful is the question.
Yeah, like I said, it's not unlawful to ask for ID. You can't necessarily make them give ID unless you're going to trespass them.
So they could have refused and there shouldn't have been any issues.
Correct. Now, if they don't live there, it's a different story. If they don't live there and are simply sitting on the stoop, now they are trespassing. The cops can identify them, and the cops can trespass them.
We're not I'm just telling you what to call for. That's what it's called. It's my house. We're not on the phone. So where do we at? I don't know. What's your date of birth? What's your date of birth? Y'all want to do this or get locked up? Get locked up for what? Get locked up for what? First of all, you're smoking. I'm going to hell. Okay.
Is that just the one police officer there, or is another one in the background?
There's one in the background.
I see a couple. There's one there. There's one with the one behind him with the body cam on him, and it looks like there's one to the left as well.
Right.
So we're looking at probably 3, maybe 4 officers.
Is that policy in America? You got to have multiple officers.
I see it all the time.
This day and age, yeah,
I see it all the time.
especially with multiple people.
Because out here, sometimes there's only one.
I was pulled over by 2 officers because of a lane change infraction,
Yeah, I mean it's not uncommon.
and I was by myself in the car.
Yeah, but again, not uncommon.
They let me off, but still.
What's your date of birth? What's your date of birth? Y'all want to do this or get locked up? Get locked up for what? Get locked up for what? First of all, you're smoking. I'm going to hell.
So we got a little thread here. We have a little thread here, Jimmy. Give me your ID, or you're gonna get locked up.
Well, isn't that standard operating procedure?
In the States, you can't really, you can ask all you want. You cannot require ID, especially when they're sitting on their own steps and stuff.
You're threatening, Mike. That's a threat that guy did.
Yeah.
Jimmy, what do you think about that threat?
That to me is normal.
Whoa. Is it okay?
Well, I'm used to it.
It's
I
a
don't
threat.
argue. That's a standard out here.
Are you okay with
It's
threats?
your ID, mate. And you don't argue. If you argue, you're going to get slapped in cuffs and dragged away.
So you're okay with threats?
Well, I'm just used to it. I'm not. We
You're
don't
numb
have
to
this
it.
first. We don't have this First Amendment hang-up thing that Americans seem to have. No disrespect to anyone. Don't get all perky on me.
What if
We just don't have it.
What if you're used to punching yourself in the face? Does that mean it's okay to punch yourself in the face?
Yep.
Okay.
No, the way I look at it, see,
What?
the way I look at it, a cop says, gives you ID, you give him your license, whatever ID you got. Go about your freaking day. It takes 10 seconds.
The problem with our kids in the U.S. This day and age is they have no respect for authority. And I agree with you, Jimmy. I was brought up the same way. Cop asks for your ID, he's going to get my ID. And I still do that to this day.
It's the quickest way they'll go away, but these officers are making threats. I have a problem with Jimmy. I have a problem with these officers making threats.
Well, I don't see it as a threat. See, that's,
You don't see it as a threat. Give
I'm-
me your ID or you're going to jail. That's not a threat.
because I'm conditioned otherwise.
You're conditioned to be okay with threats?
Pretty much.
Why? You deserve better than that, Jimmy.
That's how we roll out here.
Nobody should ever threaten you.
If a cop had come up when I was a kid and said, "What the hell are you doing here, rah, rah, rah," he'd put a size 12 up your ass and send you on your way.
You surround yourself with the wrong lads if you think it's okay for you to be threatened. And we
don't see it as a threat, though. That's my point.
And your freedom being taken away.
It's a simple question. Would you want to give me your ID? If you don't, we're going to have a problem. It's a question. It's not a threat to us. That's how we see it.
Well, no, this cop threatened him, give me this or go to jail. And I agree.
That's a threat.
Yeah.
That's a threat.
It is a threat. Yeah, I guess if it's said like that. But they don't say it like that. Ed.
It's a bloody threat.
Yeah, okay. But our cops don't speak that way. They'll say, "Can I have your ID, please, sir?" They're
I'm
very
not
polite.
going through a body cam footage of your cops right now. I'm going through a body cam footage of Woodland, New Jersey. These motherfuckers just threaten these people when they're sitting on their own property to show
Not
their
gonna-
ID.
Not going to argue.
Took you 5 minutes to realize that.
Took a while, but I got there, Sancho.
I'm the one smoking weed, and it took you 5 minutes to realize that.
Hey, I'm on my third bourbon. Relax.
Hey, oh, bourbon, okay. I thought he said beer, so I was going to call him a puss, but he said bourbon.
You get your ticket. 5 actions you made by Bodycam.
You can't understand anything.
Huh? What?
You can't understand what's being said behind them.
It's muffling right now.
Yeah.
Sit on the I got ID on. All right.
Who's yelling?
Why aren't they wearing masks?
It's Jersey. They're tough.
Well, why are we fucking giving a shit about asking about COVID and you send uniform officers not wearing a mask, Jimmy? You got a problem there? Don't give me a shit about Australia. I'm not asking about Australia. I'm asking about a situation. If you and I just had a conversation about
worried
COVID.
in America because you guys have got a massive outbreak of COVID. I'm not. It's very high rates too. You guys got a lot more lockdown before you're going to get on top of it.
I agree.
So this is a little hypocritical that these officers aren't wearing masks.
I think so.
I mean, why are we going to go out of our way and worry about others having COVID, and here you are walking around without a mask?
As you guys always say, the police should be held to a high standard. These guys should be in masks.
Not only that, but there has been a high, correct me if I'm wrong, Harry Balls, and I what the fuck do I keep saying that? I feel like an idiot saying that. There has been a high rate of police officers testing positive for COVID-19 in the USA.
Absolutely.
He probably has too, this bloke.
No, I haven't. No, I've been tested for it. It's a very unpleasant test.
What did you say, Jimmy?
This guy in the video probably has
In the
too,
video,
so.
not you, Harry.
Not you, Harry. Hey, hang on, Sancho. What's Fourth Amendment? Nevaeh said Fourth Amendment, Sancho, in chat.
I can't see the chat.
Oh, yeah. What's Fourth Amendment? I'm not up on your amendment.
Illegal search and seizure, safe in your property, your home, your papers, and your effects.
Oh, I can't
She's
see
a
the
genius,
chat.
that woman.
I can't see the chat.
Sancho,
What?
Nevaeh is a fucking genius.
Why do you think she hosts a show?
She does. She knows everything about everything. I love that woman.
It's right there.
And she's right. I mean, at this point, if these kids really do live at that house, and the cops, if I would respond to this, I would have came up, hey, keep it down. You're pissing the landlord off.
My YouTube chat's not working. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean, I don't know where this video's going. I haven't seen this video, but I mean, it'd have been a 5-second call. Keep it down, kids. Move on. Do whatever. Don't you're bothering your neighbors.
Oh, why are we voting if the Murpha, my guy? Why are we voting if the pepper spray was merited when you haven't seen the pepper spray yet?
You fucking told us the end of the movie already.
You haven't even seen it. It says it in the title. How the fuck am I ruining anything?
I didn't see the title.
It says it in the fucking title.
All right. Well,
Murph is voting for something that hasn't happened yet. What the fuck, Murpha?
well let's fast forward. Let's go.
My guy. I love Murph.
I do too. What the fuck?
Nobody's in your phone. What's your name? Yeah, all right, you're right. What's your name? Who? You. What's your name? My name for? Because we're talking to you. I got exactly what I'm talking to. That's for what?
I'm fascinated how the demeanor changed from give me your ID or you're going to jail to what's your name because I want to know who I'm talking to.
But also keep in mind, I don't know all the state laws. Like, I'm not sure what the law is in this state. I mean, they might have requirements where they have to ID them. I don't know.
Right. Keep in mind, guys, we're starting off with a little bit of a softball tonight. The next 2 or 3 body cams following this are going to be fucking crazy. Viewer discretion is advised. If you are wincy, if you are queasy, if you don't want to see some crazy shit go down, Please hop off in about 20 minutes or so.
Did I commit a crime? We're out here talking to y'all. Yeah, you can talk to me. I'm calling my brother. Okay. Put the phone down. Put what phone? I'm not having you text people. Come
So he's telling him to put the phone down. Is that just a power move to me, or am I just crazy?
No, it's a safety issue, to be honest with you. You got 2 officers. You already have 4 people on the porch. If he starts texting his friends, come over, I'm being hassled or whatever, it can be a safety issue.
Okay.
They're trying to figure out what's going on, who lives where. You can request and put their phones away.
Okay.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Don't step on me. Don't step on me. I said don't text nobody to come here. What? You calling my brother? That's my guardian. That's my guardian. Young lady, put your hands on your back. Put your hands on your back. Put your hands on your back.
There he goes.
You guys have to play games. You guys have to play games, right?
There's the mace.
Wow.
There's the mace. Now, I don't know if Murph is going to be a piece of shit or not because he already voted before he saw it. But the polls in the chat was the pepper spray merited. Vote yes, vote no. A little bit of a delay. I know I'm watching the pepper spray happen live on YouTube. So everybody vote. Was it?
Yeah, I'm going to go with no on that.
I'm
No?
going with
I'm gonna
no.
go-
That's a bit premature, I think.
Yeah, I didn't see any threats there except the kids giving them lip. I mean, you can't
It
OC
wasn't
someone
that
just because
hated.
some kids
So
give you
was it
lip.
merited? Yes or no?
No,
Absolutely not.
that
Well-
wasn't heated. That wasn't escalated.
Murphy said no before he even seen it happen.
Murphy, you're a bloody genius, son.
I mean, how the fuck would he do that?
You think he's fucking Karnak?
He just knows.
I
Murphy
just
knows
think Murphy just wants like hugs. That's all he wants. Like he wants every officer to hug everybody. Like like if it wasn't illegal for him to hug everybody, he would literally hug every stranger in the street.
Nevaeh voted no. She see all the smart ones voted no. Yeah, Murphy.
Yeah, I mean, but the fact that the dude called it before it happened.
And here's
Pretty
the cool part.
impressive.
Who the fuck is Murphy? Is my
Everyone
question.
everyone wants to hug Murphy though. No one knows who he is, but we all want to hug him.
I know who he is.
I know.
He's the man.
I
He
left
is
him
the
a,
man.
I left him a crazy voicemail that he hasn't sent me yet that I want to play on my channel.
I had you check on him
So
last
looking
week.
at that video and where it's at this point,
Bushes.
I just think it's a few kids getting a bit lippy,
On
as
their
we
own property.
talked about it.
On their own property.
That wasn't escalated. That didn't deserve. Not yet. It hasn't, in my opinion.
No, absolutely not. The
Let's
kid
keep
did not
going.
make
Lippy. All teenagers are fucking lippy
it. Exactly.
Let's keep going.
bastards. Yeah.
They ran. One of them ran, and the officer called him a bitch.
Can I pause for a second, Sancho?
Fucking Woodland, New Jersey
sorry.
police office. What the fuck are you doing?
Sorry to interrupt again. I just thought of something. What those kids said there,
Freedom of speech.
and they got hit with pepper spray.
Freedom of
Compare that to what Glenn unloaded on the police last night, and they let him walk away scot-free.
Absolutely.
Well, the racial rant. He didn't get pepper sprayed for that.
Right.
He was calling that pretty little female cop a dyke and carrying on, and one's got bald and I hope you die of cancer, and these. I never heard those kids go anywhere near
Right.
that.
So we got a black police officer. We have a black and a white police officer. Just for, I don't know, what should I say? Journalistic
Integrity.
just so it's out there. So they're pretty much either scattering outside or running inside.
So to me, I'd be confused as hell when you see a tirade like Glenn unleashes and Duck Egg, and then you see that those kids a little bit lippy, boom, hit with pepper spray. I'm confused.
Different states for one. And I guarantee this cop will get suspended minimum. These kids are going to win a lawsuit.
Where's Southside Slacker? Can you come up?
I mean, there was no threat to safety. You can't just OC someone because they're a dick or Glenn would be soy boy all the time.
I don't want to take the credit for Murphy, but I saw this shit coming. And no, I didn't watch the video because you can see there's no red bars. I saw this shit coming in a way of it started off problematic by threatening. It went from verbal threats to physical actions, and I have a problem with Woodland, New Jersey Police Department.
I can't disagree, Sancho.
I can't either. I don't have the problem with the cops' demeanor. I mean, cops, you know, you're trying to control a situation where you're outnumbered 4 people to 2. You know, you want to come in with a little bit of authority. The threats weren't really necessary at that point, but I mean, the OC spray was definitely not necessary.
I'm gonna call them.
No, that was excessive to me. They're bloody kids. You know, before you go there, you're going to run into a bunch of teenagers. They're going to be mouthy little bastards.
Yeah.
Charges
I'm going to say that cop must have been having a shit of a day and reacted badly.
Doesn't justify it though. That's
it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You're correct there, Harry.
I'm gonna call them after this video. I'm not happy.
Where'd CFW go? I told her to come up on panel.
You want to put your hands right back? You live here? All right. Yes, I live here. You go inside. You go inside. Got a group of people failing to disperse. Sprayed deployed. They just ran from us. We have 6 guys out here and 2 of us. We don't need backup or 10-6. They fled the scene.
Well, you asked them to disperse, you said. So, I mean,
what? Say it again.
The cop said he asked them to disperse. They dispersed. I didn't hear him say that, but I mean,
are they legally able to tell them to disperse?
If it's not their property, like I said, it depends who lives there. I mean, if they're sitting on that stoop and it's not their house, absolutely.
Do they live there or not?
Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't clear.
Yeah, well, I'm probably not going to get absolutely nowhere right now. But I'm fucking pissed.
If they live there, they got every right to do whatever the hell they want, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. They can go in the house. They can walk away.
Yeah.
Can you highlight, Sancho, can you highlight Neva MTA's comment for a minute? You know, everyone obsesses over qualified immunity. Qualified immunity is simply a civil action. It has nothing to do with criminal. Most police officers carry their own liability insurance anyway. And as long as the officer feels he was within the scope of his duties, he would still get qualified immunity. Like, he'll probably get suspended. You know, he violated a policy. You know, if he, in his own mind, if he justifies it, he'll still be covered by his department. But everyone gets hung up on qualified immunity. Qualified immunity is not a golden bullet.
Hold on. Hold on, I'm calling him.
Why are you calling them?
The court office finds code file 3.
Dude, it's 12:30 at night there.
Is there a non-operating number for this fucking? I don't want to call him.
I don't know. Southside Slacker, the cops were called there by the property manager, so they had jurisdiction and consent to remove those kids.
Oh, okay. So the property manager called, and those kids obviously must have lived there. Probably
Correct.
visited the mate or something.
It's private property. They were called there. They were asked to remove those kids by the property manager. If those kids did not live there, they absolutely can remove those
Voicemail.
kids.
We're going to assume that because, yeah, the property manager would have a fair idea who lives there.
Right.
I got a voicemail. It just kept ringing with the voicemail.
You're wrong there, Southside, buddy.
Hold on. He's still pointing. Look what he's doing. He's chasing them down on a public easement, threatening them with pepper spray on a public easement. How is this okay, HB?
It's not. I'm not saying it is.
Fucking.
I'm going back to the south.
So he's sprayed two of them.
He's spraying multiple times.
And he's also got his baton out
He's
now too.
very happy. This
He's
guy.
got his baton out now, Jimmy. Watch out.
Sancho, can we get him to move to Seattle and get Glenn?
Can we get him to move? You're not okay with this, right, Jimmy? I just want to make sure.
Oh, if it was Glenn, I'd be doing handstands, cartwheels.
But this situation, you're not okay with this.
No, hell no.
I just want to make sure people know before I get 50 comments in the chats.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow morning. Oh, that Jimmy thinks it's okay because it's not in America. It's not in Australia. I don't want that shit. So
No problem, Southside.
No, this is not cool.
Roll us a couple units. Get on the ground.
look at this.
You can get on the ground now.
He's chasing him down
Get
slow.
on the ground.
He's disoriented. He has just been pepper sprayed, and now he is being followed by the officer because the officer is going to arrest him.
What were the
Because
charges?
he was sitting on a porch, probably being a bit lippy.
And smoking a joint.
Which is legal or illegal?
I don't know in this state.
New Jersey? Pretty sure it's. I mean, there was no. They didn't make it. I mean, they said that there was a call that you were smoking weed.
If
This
dope's
probably
legal,
decriminalized. It'd be a
Right.
penalty, like a ticket if anything.
Exactly. It's not a pepper spray merited offense. To be
Sancho,
pepper sprayed on your own property? Yes, lad.
if weed's legal in a certain state in America, does it have to be confined to like inside? Can't be out in public. You can't be walking around it blowing bongs and
If
shit.
you have a
can
medical card, you can.
Yeah.
And you recreational marijuana, you can do now.
Colorado, California.
Yeah.
Um,
It's not federally okay, but
No.
state by state it is.
Well, hang on. Where does the federal or the
That's a whole other part. That's a
That's
whole
federal.
other.
overrule the state or not?
yes. Federal law trumps state law.
So it's not legal then.
It's a no. Yes and no.
CFW, come up, CFW. Me and Jimmy are your two favorites.
The feds will not go after small use marijuana. I mean, it's not worth their time.
But
If
they
you
could,
have, they could if they want to. Yes. If you have
even if
pounds
it's
and
legal in
pounds,
that state.
yes. Now,
Even
you
if
have-
it's medically legal.
Yes. There's no.
Wow.
At this point, federal law does not authorize or allow the use of medical marijuana for any purposes.
So this is like that bloody, what those frauditors, that's policy, not law, that they always bang on about. It's sort of a similar situation.
No, because no, it's not. They're trying to say that by policy that a business can't say no, you cannot video record. There actually are two different laws. There are state laws and there are federal laws.
Yep.
Federal law trumps state law. The feds
Yep.
will not pursue small amount personal use marijuana. If you have large quantities, if you have pounds and pounds of it and you're distributing it and importing it, the feds will come after you at that point.
Do
But
even if it's their own, is there like a limit and they class that as trafficking, whether you're dealing or not?
yes, and
They do that
yes.
out here too.
Right. That depends also on which district you're in, which jurisdiction you fall under, which AUSA you fall under, and so on.
Yep.
On your knees now! On your knees! On your knees! Or back up. They woke up on me. They woke up on me. They woke up on me. Give me some fucking minutes.
Can I ask a question?
Stay down. Stay down. Stay down.
That's why you're here.
I'm looking at a bloody fence or something. This is might stir up the masses. Will a cop deliberately turn his body cam, look another way if he sees another cop pulling some ordinary shit?
Body cam footage just goes flying into the grass when shady shit happens, like with Elijah McClain.
That's what I'm wondering. I'm not saying all cops. I'm just saying a couple of, like
They
maybe-
turn it off. They cover it up. They drop it. Oh my God, it was an accident. That happens if they're doing something bad. But
if you got two partners that have worked together a lot of time, a long lot of years, maybe they look after each other.
right.
Yeah.
Who's plugging the bucket boy? Oh, it is the bucket boy.
Where's the
All right, now you can back up. Now you can back up. You got water. Water's getting reactivated. Back up. You got a couple units for crowd control. I got one lieutenant on the west side of the scene.
They're clearly in distress. Welcome, CFW. They're clearly in distress by the pepper spray. It's
Pepper spray sucks.
Where's the de-escalating right now?
That was the comment I was going to make, and unfortunately, a lot of people have lost the art of communicating with kids, with adults, with each other. When I first came out of the academy, I had a problem. They teach you a lot of things in the academy. They teach you self-defense. They teach you weapons. They teach you driving. They teach you law.
Right.
They don't teach you how to handle the badge. And you come out and you're full of piss and vinegar, and you forget how to talk to people. And it takes some time to reel that back in and learn they're human beings. Everyone's a human being, and just talk to them. There's a time to be a dick. There's a time to be an asshole, but it's not when you first respond to a scene.
This was abusive. This was just a vile example of abuse of power.
You forget how to talk to people. And
do we know where this is at? What city?
This is in Woodland, New Jersey. I just tried calling them. They didn't answer.
I was asking because I wonder what kind of reputation the police have with the community right now. Like, did they already have distrust with the community before this happened? That's another thing.
This happened in June, right during the whole George Floyd situation.
And New Jersey's a tough area in the first place. I mean, they've always been known to be no nonsense police up there. This is obviously in probably a rougher area, a project area. Again, it doesn't justify the means at this point no matter what. It falls back to people need to learn how to talk to each other again. And that's why I enjoy Discord. I enjoy coming on panels, talking to people, and you get that relationship back with people and how to talk to them.
Harry, does the police? I'm probably generalizing here. Do the police have a mindset like you said, it's Jersey, might be a tough area, high crime rate. Does that mean the police have got sort of like zero tolerance?
I would say zero tolerance, but there is a preconceived notion of us versus them, especially right now with the whole fuck 12, fuck the police. I want your phone number, I want your badge, and that. The cops are under tremendous pressure right now. Not justifying this, not justifying anything the cop does excessively, but they're human beings, and people forget that.
But they should be being extra careful now. I mean, they should be taking this time to be careful, more careful.
Exactly. That's why I mentioned the George Floyd situation. We're already on high tension. We're already okay. There's a big question about excessive force being used by us police officers, and here I am using pepper spray like it's a fucking dildo on a sex party. Like, what are we doing? Like, that is just.
Where's the? Everybody knows how that we're supposed to have de-escalation. Everybody knows about the concept of de-escalation, but nobody's doing it. Why aren't they taking a class or something?
We got some good news. We have some good news coming, CFW. Be patient, because I know a lot of auditors tell me, find me a bad cop that has been charged with anything, and I will answer that question for you. The question is, will it be on body cam footage 1, 2, or 3? That's the question. That's the kicker. Let's keep going, and please stop me if you guys want to chime in.
Give me some fucking wood. It's because I'm black, right? My partner's died. What you talking about? Back up. Back up. Back up. I'm too close. Back up. Back up.
She's pregnant?
I don't know that.
Got something out there with Mr. Juvenile. They went out to disperse and sprayed, so they were out on the shore. They're asking for a couple more. Give me some fucking wood.
No.
Did
anyone call an ambulance called yet?
No,
You don't necessarily. I'm sorry. You don't necessarily call ambulance for OC spray.
They don't?
No.
He doesn't. He sounds like he needs an ambulance. Joe, how are you?
I think that teenager's overreacting a lot, though, too.
Yeah,
Teenagers
absolutely.
these teenagers really, I'm sorry.
I don't know, darling. I've been pepper sprayed. It fucking hurts like
It hurts like
Oh,
fuck.
okay. I have not been pepper sprayed, so.
It's like your eyes. It's like someone's put petrol in your eyes
That's
and
the only
set it
thing I
on
have been.
fire.
And listen, and if you just get a little bit in there, you die. If you get sprayed, I just saw him get just like sprayed
If
at
you
2
get a
feet
dose-
away. That had to be brutal.
I'm not going to demonstrate it.
He's
No,
in pain right now. He's in fucking pain. And where's the medic? Oh, he's getting arrested, by the way. He's getting arrested.
Sancho, can I don't know. What they're not a felon. I guess they're not. Can a Vic? I don't know. Can that guy request a medic or an ambulance?
Oh, absolutely. You can request medics anytime. There's nothing medics can do, though. Once the scene is secure, the officers will help them, and they'll start flushing his eyes out. But they're not going to do nothing until the scene's secure. And you still have people rushing up on these guys. It's their own doing. The cops screwed up by doing this. But now the situation has the whole neighborhood involved. So now they need more cops there to secure the neighborhood based on what this cop did.
They're fucked up.
Now, do you know why they need to secure the neighborhood? It's because they have already a bad reputation in this town. If they were community oriented and had talks with the community and had a liaison, then all the neighbors would not be rushing in. They would have stopped this kid from even doing it.
After this, they did that. They had a huge town hall, over 150 participants, over 200 questions. They are working on the excessive force, taking away a lot of tactics and chokehold and all that stuff. So.
But the cops will drive through the neighborhood, but they won't stop and say hello to anybody.
But look what it takes in order for change to happen. That's my beef that I have.
Look at CFW's point, though. Don't gloss over her point. Her point is that, they have the meetings, but whenever they're out there in reality, they're not communicating with these people. I'd agree with that.
No, I think
Can I ask a sort of make a statement, but it's a question, CFW or whoever?
Yeah.
Jesus, don't call me sir. I'm a shitbag.
What?
What?
What the who? What?
I need a translator for you again.
All I heard was shitbag.
Don't call me sir. I'm a shitbag. Fuck me.
Don't call him sir.
I'm the furthest thing from a sir you'll get. Oh shit! I lost my train of thought. How long would it take?
Who lost their train of thought? I want to know if you smoke weed, because I just think it'd be weed smokers. It's not just us.
Is that Joe?
This is Joe. Yes.
Hey Joe, you fucking crazy bastard.
What's up, Phil?
CFW. Yeah. I'm thinking, wouldn't there be fucking nearly like generations of downtrodden people just hating the cops no matter what? How long would this happy, friendly, feely re-education process take?
They tried to do it, but they moved the funding from that to something else. They used to go into the schools with a little puppet called McGruff, and it was like they would hand out stickers, and they would go through the community, and they'd actually put people on foot going through the community to make a liaison, make their presence known, and everything.
They do that here at CF Dub. They got a community guy, and they walk on foot from time to time. But considering I forgot how many thousands of police we got, and the rest of them acting up and not IDing and stuff, when you got those handfuls going, it's ineffective. You need a way. I dig that question, Jimmy. With years of oppression and fucking anger, they say
years of oppression.
It would take generations to change it.
More, it's going to take several.
Oppression makes a wise man mad. That's in the Bible.
I heard somebody from Australia say that this doesn't happen in Australia.
No, hell no.
Okay.
Lucky you.
Wait. Don't you got this girl?
See,
don't you got pygmies in Australia?
Well, the reason I said that is because
I'm sorry, Aboriginals.
Yes. Okay. No, but I'm talking about this problem, not black and white problem, but this problem with the police and the.
Okay.
I'm talking about that problem, and I'm thinking maybe Jimmy, because sometimes you say, well, I can't believe that you did that to the public servant, all that, but maybe I think I want Jimmy to see more of this so he can kind of understand where people are coming from, like why they don't, why they're distressed. Yeah. I'm glad you see that point.
Out here, they'd be gone the next
Yes,
day.
sir.
I gotta
They'd
send
be
a
like,
text.
get the
I'll be
fuck
right
out.
back. Be
All
right
right.
back.
All right, let's keep watching.
I'm gonna disperse. This block's hot. If I can just get a couple units to hold the perimeter, I got one detained, the rest left to see. You go back up to me. You're gonna get locked up next. Get on the fucking ground. Well, I'm not cuffing you, so you can touch your face. Fucking tell me get on the ground for. Because. All right, so you're detained. You're detained. Fucking whole ass nigga.
Wouldn't it be a good idea, like if they're armed with pepper spray, to have like milk, frozen milk, like in a cooler, just in case if they have to use it? Everything when it de-escalated, they can put some milk. I kind of feel bad. I mean, a neighbor had to come over and put water on the guy, which I don't think water is going to help. By the way, milk
Actually,
is what
it is.
works.
It's the best thing to use. Water continues flushing it.
Really, water's better than milk?
Thing,
Yeah.
What?
Wouldn't milk come down to a budget thing?
I don't know, but one of the funniest things ever was I was watching Bucket Boy, was in the chat. He went to a rally in Providence and he saw about 6 gallons of milk lined up.
Oh, no.
And he walked up and he was perplexed as fuck. Like he was looking for cereal in like a bowl in a spoon. He was like, why the fuck are there milk? Why is milk here? And I had to remind him in the chat why. And he's like, oh, okay, let's go. Like he was just completely perplexed. I was like, oh my God.
Bucket at the munchies, hey?
I love him. I love him. He's a beautiful specimen. Good.
I can't even fucking breathe, bro. All right. Put your hands on back, please. Put your hands on back. Put your hands on back.
Why is he trying to arrest him now?
Put your hands on back. Put your hands on back. Put your hands on back.
Is that pepper spray on the ground?
No, it's water.
Oh, well, I've got to say, how much did they fucking hit him with? Jesus.
Oh, well, we saw a lot. We saw multiple spray attempts, not just one. We saw multiple. Oh, here comes Bucket Boy. He's like the boogeyman. He's like the boogeyman. Like if you say his name, he appears. I'm telling you right now.
Like Beetlejuice.
Yes, I'm gonna play the video, and he's gonna hop on and just trample over it. I guarantee you. Watch this. Watch this.
I gotta remember it's gonna give you work. Put your hands back. Give me the other hand. Give me the other hand. Give me the other hand. Give me the other hand.
So I wonder what the charge is going to be.
What?
What's the charge going to be?
Well, keep watching. There's gonna be
the hard bit. I've been pepper sprayed before, and
so this is New Jersey.
Told you.
Natural instinct. You want to rub your eyes. You want to put water in the eyes. You want to put whatever in the eyes. And
but he didn't do anything wrong.
And if you're in cuffs, it just goes against your body's natural instinct to try and get your eyes right.
Which is why you wiggle around like crazy.
So and then they're probably going to hit this bloke with resisting, but it's just a natural fucking response.
Right.
My eyes are burning. Rub them. Do something. Put water on. You want your hands to do that.
Right.
What's your fucking name, bro? What is your fucking name? Sit back. Let him touch me, dog. Keep sitting. You fucking whole ass nigga. I can't fucking see, bro. You gotta warn.
What?
You can hear him. He's in distress. He just wants to rub his eyes or put water or milk in his eyes, and he can't because his fucking hands are cuffed. It's escalating him. It's a cruel and unusual punishment.
We're already at a heightened level, and this is what's going on. This is June. Exactly. This is like 3 months ago, 2 months ago. This is a problem.
It's nasty.
It's a problem. Let's keep going.
If you pour it on, it's going to react.
Where's the milk?
There's the milk bucket, boy. There's the milk bucket. Do you remember that story of you?
Yes, that's why I jumped right on the panel.
What were you going through? Like, walk us through your mindset when you walked up and saw a bunch of gallon of milks lined up.
You want cookies?
Were you looking for Fruity Pebbles?
I was looking for something, bro. I didn't know what it was for, though.
Anyone got any spoons?
Where's my frosted flakes?
Anyone
Guys.
got
Where's Richard Toys at?
Cocoa
My
Pebbles,
fucking double
anybody?
stuffed Oreos.
Oh, man.
Oreos. Give me an Oreo and a joint.
So he's handcuffed.
You're under arrest. Just stop pulling away. Just stop pulling away. Just stop pulling away. Just stop. Just stop.
Let me fast forward it. So they're getting them into the car.
I already have one started for that standard first. Second one or...
Get back. I got an ambulance coming. Get in the back. Get in the ambulance. I got an ambulance. Just sit. I'm gonna leave the door open. Let me go, bro. You gotta get in the car, dude. I want to. I walk you to the door.
Have they read his rights yet?
You don't have to read them their rights.
You don't have
No.
to read him his rights?
No, they get read at the arraignment.
Or if you're questioning him for a crime. If you're just
But if
talking to
you're
somebody and
You're putting him in handcuffs.
if I'm
and
just
putting him in
talking
the car.
to you, if I'm just hold on. Sancho, you watch too many movies. If I'm just talking to you and I arrest you and I don't ask you any questions about the crime I'm suspecting you of, I don't have to Mirandize you. If I start asking you questions about the crime you've committed, then I've got to Mirandize you because they can be used against you. But I'm just talking to you.
But when
ahead.
you're just talking to him and he does say something that can be used against him.
Yes, it can.
Even so that's yeah.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm smoking, so I could be wrong. There was an interaction that didn't go the police's way. They pepper sprayed, grabbed him, put him in handcuffs without mentioning why they put him in handcuffs. Does anyone else have a problem with that? Joe Cool.
You didn't have to even say my fucking name. I got a problem with that. Admittedly, I didn't see 98% of the video. I saw dude get sprayed and whatever we're looking at now. So so but from what you just said, fuck yes, you kicked off the problem, sprayed him, and now you're solving it your way, and I'm supposed to be okay with that. Basically, that's how I see this.
Small correction. They kicked off the problem by saying, "Give me your fucking ID or you're going to jail." They were doing nuts. They were doing nothing but escalating the fuck out of this from Jump Street.
No, I didn't see that thing.
They were escalating the fuck out of this from Jump Street, making threats. Give me your ID or you're going to jail. So this was already a bad first impression. Bad first impression. Let's keep going and see what else is good. And then we'll go to the...
Sit down in the car. Sit down in the car. How old is it?
Oh, wait, he's going after everybody. Oh, there's more. Oh, there's more.
Milk and water on him. They reactivated it a few times.
They put him in.
No, not in there. Listen, I've been played. I know. Listen, I've been Relax. Get in there.
So HB, what are we doing here? Like, are we playing like dance, or are we putting this guy into custody?
Well, they're not flushing out his eyes.
They did put water. Well, a neighbor came by and put water, and now they're trying to help with some water now. But they put him in the vehicle, and now they're walking him over. What are they doing, HB?
It's probably a garden hose behind the cop on the right there. Looks like there's on the green.
Oh, they're going to the garden hose, you guys?
I've not seen the video, but that'd be my guess.
They just need more fucking water.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
That's the only thing that gets rid of this.
Oh yeah, there you go. They're using a garden hose. They hit him with a garden hose.
Come on, Glenn didn't cry this much. Come on.
Can
Glenn
you
didn't-
imagine though if you just touch that shit and accidentally wipe your eye, you fucking, you wish you could chop it out.
The
I
worst
can't
part,
imagine what he went
honestly, the worst part is that night when you take a shower and that shit runs down and hits your balls.
back down. Oh, you jump. I was thinking it run back down your forehead and
Mm.
your hair and hit you again in the
It
eye.
does. It runs down your stomach, your back, hits your ass crack, your balls. It hits
Right.
your balls. It's horrible.
Is this a little damage control to me or no?
No, I mean he's trying to decon the kid. I mean, it's an unpleasant experience. I mean, it is, the stuff is horrible.
Can I ask, where was this before? If it's not damage control, he'd have did it immediately, right? He probably wouldn't have sprayed him.
Yeah.
But immediately they would have been trying to do that shit.
Yeah.
I fucking
Well, they would've-
text.
They needed more cops there first because there was only 2 cops there until they got their backup.
If you see
Like
a man in distress, help him.
It was
You don't
enough
wait
to
for backup.
spray his fucking ass, and you got
Not
him
until it's
cuffed.
seen secure.
Help him.
You
Right,
put that
it's
much
not
energy
until
into
it's seen
spraying
secure.
on it, right? If
Oh.
you done sprayed a motherfucker, whether you believe it's right or wrong, and you got him cuffed, how secure do you need it? How long do he got to scream until you're safe, until you
It
feel
was-
safe?
It wasn't him. It was the neighbors. The neighbors kept running up also.
Yeah, the crowd could turn into a mob. That's probably what he's afraid of.
I can't open this bag of weed, man. I'm getting pissed.
I say
Right,
you gotta help
and-
the kid
I mean,
immediately.
I'm not justifying what the cop did by any means. The cop,
no,
from
I
nice
didn't
in the
think you
video-
were. I didn't
yeah,
think
from
you
night
were.
to the video, there was no reason to squirt this kid. But I said, once he did, fucked up, you're right. But now the scene's out of control. Until that
Yes.
scene's under control,
I
you have to
didn't
watch
see
your back.
They should have just walked away.
that. Joe,
I
this
agree.
lemon skunk is brutal, bro.
What is it? What strain is it?
Lemon skunk.
Look.
This shit's brutal. Hey, I got ready for you. We said we're gonna have that weed shit. I
Yeah.
got strawberry milk, cookies and cream, Gorilla Glue,
What night are we doing this?
the donkey butter. I got all that shit upstairs. Lemon skunk. I don't know. I'm glad I saw you.
Yeah, I
Just
haven't
gave
talked
Bucket
to you
a hard
forever. I
one.
missed you.
I feel the same, Joe. This won't be our weed stream, apparently, but we still got to do that.
Well, we can end this shit in an hour and then do a weed stream with Bucket Boy,
I
me
can
and you.
program my shit, roll a few.
Hit up
up.
DPN, we all can do it. Oh, here comes Bucket Boy again. Bucket got knocked off. And the second you say weed and Joe Cool,
He pops up.
Bucket's been taking this to heart that he lost in the poll to you. And he legitimately thinks he can outsmoke the living shit out of you. Bucket, are you here?
Nobody is outspoken the bucket.
Have you ever seen Bucket Boys hit for Trump?
Uh-oh.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Do I gotta do another hit?
You should have
Like
seen that
that?
one I saw him do. God almighty.
Yes, you do,
Yeah,
Bucket Boy.
How he did that one.
All right, let me put my shirt on. I got a question for everybody.
Hey,
Okay.
CFW
I have a
is
question
here.
for
You want to
everybody.
keep your shirt off. CFW's here.
Yeah, no, thank you for putting your shirt on, bro.
Because that ain't a fair
I got a
competition
question
for
for
Joe.
everybody though.
Hey,
Sancho, Hairy
white
Balls.
boys in this community that run around shirtless. I've never seen so much shit. Motherfuckers.
He's right about that, though. That's the problem.
Shirtless and hairy ball. I mean shirtless. Wow, hairy balls on Sancho.
Yeah, buddy.
Is Kate okay?
Yeah, she's fine, bro. I talked to her
All
tonight.
right.
Shouldn't get hit
I
by
didn't
a
see a
car.
10
That's
o'clock
crazy.
stream tonight.
She ain't hurt, is she?
No, she was on.
She's on Facebook.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, she's on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know
they-
she was on Facebook.
I'm
Shit.
sorry. I'm sorry.
They're
She's
temporarily
not
suspended
hurt.
right now. They're
She's not
temporarily
hurt.
suspended right now
Is
from
she?
YouTube.
No, they're talking about the whole Brian thing with the rape and the thing the day before.
Yeah,
That
no, she's.
nobody
Yeah,
mentions the day before he yelled at a computer screen asking if he raped his, if her boyfriend raped her daughter 5 times, and nobody brought that up until Shiva did, thankfully, tonight when I told him about it and showed him the audio tape on my channel, and that's what escalated things like crazy. But his response to everything is, well, if you're going to start a war and you start first, I'm going to go after you. Well, he started the war and went after her, and yeah,
That wasn't nice.
it's
No.
Somebody
not-
told me once,
Brian's a piece of shit.
be careful. Don't put a woman's business out there because they take their reputation. He didn't say more seriously, but I can't think of the word. So more seriously than we do. And I understand what he means. Women, their image is way more important to them than ours.
This wasn't but Joe, I'm sorry to interrupt you, buddy. This wasn't about image. This was a vile attack about something he had no idea what he's talking about. And it wasn't even a character assassination. It was blaming her for being raped and blaming her for being in an abusive relationship.
That sucks.
Yeah, it was
You
nothing.
know what? Sancho said it well. Over there, when dude get mad, he on some scorched earth shit. And he don't care who get hurt in the fucking process.
No,
and he won't apologize, and he's more dangerous because he won't apologize in the end and have accountability. Like a dude with no accountability, he's a dangerous motherfucker.
Right.
Just from a respect level, when I was sent clips of him calling you a crackhead, essentially, that bothered me. That bothered me because not only I like you genuinely as a human being, you're working your ass off on that YouTube channel. And you don't deserve the 60-year-old piece of shit who uses a walker to open his mouth because you can't go through the computer screen and grab him by his throat and see how street he really is.
I would agree, right?
All right, Sancho.
Shit on here.
You and I both know he ain't street.
Put me on the big screen, homie.
He's a keyboard warrior.
This is Joe's gonna get very intimidated now, guys. Look at handsome. You look handsome, Bucket.
Still look good, Bucket.
Whoa, we got some merch. Whoa, you got merch before Joe Cool and CFW? Whoa.
Oh wow, that's pretty nice, actually.
Bucket. Where do we get it? Where's the shirt? Where do we get it at?
Hit me up in that email, thebucketboynews401. Once I get this money coming up that I get coming to me, I'm going to be buying a bunch of merchandise shirts. I'm going to be buying a boatload, and they're going to be given out as a giveaway on my streams.
Nice, Bucket Boy.
Look at
Here
this.
goes. Hit for Trump.
Look at this.
Nah, this hit tonight is for Kate. Because I feel bad for what fucking News New England did. I know we're not supposed to be mentioning that scumbag's fucking name anymore, but I'll say on my own behalf of my own channel, fuck you, NNE. This is straight for Kate and her family. Because that's fucked up.
And Joe Cool, bring it on. You got nothing. He left that part out.
When did he cut his hair?
Oh, a long time ago.
Oh.
No, recently. He just got
he had real long. Bucket Boy.
No,
but a ponytail.
Right, but then he just cut his hair again a few days ago.
Why did he cut the long stuff off for?
He went through a midlife crisis.
Oh, at 22?
Fucking smoke alarm's gonna go off.
Joe, you intimidated, Joe? You shaking?
I am shaking so much I'm gonna hit this
If
button.
I did one of those, I would fall
Is the
asleep.
screen shaking? His screen's not shaking. He's not shaking.
I'm shaking so much I'm gonna hit this motherfucker one more again.
Me too. That's what I'm doing. But I mean, we don't have to show off with this giant glass piece. He's dropped the phone.
Fell over.
He just fell over.
The phone got smoked out, guys. Sorry about that.
Smoke alarm's going off.
Brutal.
Oh my God, CFW. Jimmy bounced.
I gotta bounce also, buddy. I gotta get up at 5:30 in the morning. So thanks for having me on. I'll catch you next week.
5:30.
Can we get a hey you guys before you leave?
Hey, you guys.
There we go.
Hey, Sancho.
See that? I'll give you the kicker. Here's the kicker.
There we go. Hey, Sancho, do one of these police videos on a Friday or Saturday night. I can stay up later.
Yeah, man. I wasn't even planning on doing this shit tonight, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go live because I'm not going live tomorrow night because of ladies' night.
All right,
so
buddy.
ladies like CFW can grab the helm and be in charge tomorrow night.
All right, buddy.
Give you a break. And give you a break.
Night, guys.
Well, I'm not a lady, so please take the floor. I'm not a lady. All right, so let's kind of get an update on what happened. Everybody wants closure, right? So this police officer's facing charges now.
What?
Nice.
No way.
It allegedly shows a Woodland, New Jersey police officer.
Oh, where'd that view come from?
Pepper spray against two individuals without provocation. That officer, 31-year-old Ryan
Jeez.
Steele, was charged today with 2 counts of simple assault.
2 counts
Action
of
News
simple
reporter
assault.
Dan Quayer is live at the Camden County Prosecutor's Office in Camden. Dan, what are the details on this?
Well, Jim, officials say they were shocked by what they saw on the video. It shows 2 Woodland officers arriving in the 200 block of Parker Avenue, where a group of young people had gathered on a porch. Here now is the video as we hear one of the teenagers who was pepper sprayed explain what happened.
Oh, good.
No, you're transferring back. No! The officer walked up talking about we have a call for marijuana.
Hey, kids.
They look like they're high school kids. They're high school.
Exactly.
16-year-old James Horn
16 years old.
High school.
was going to call his brother, who is his guardian.
And the officer said no, but his brother is his guardian, that he was going to call him anyway. And then the officer.
That's why he had his phone in his hand. He was calling his guardian.
I'm wondering why CFW keeps saying high school as if that changes something. He said that nigga ain't even
It does.
17.
It changes everything because these kids have no experience, no life experiences.
I
And
don't
the cop
understand
does,
your
so-
point still. They should get sprayed because they don't have life experience. I know that's not
No,
what
no,
you
no,
mean.
no, no,
No,
no,
no,
no,
it's
no.
not
She's
that.
agreeing with us. She's agreeing with us.
Yeah.
She's agreeing with us, and she's adding a layer of this is even more bullshit because they're 16 years old. Like, what the fuck we
Can I
doing?
say something?
All right. I thought you were saying it's okay because they're in high school.
No, they don't have any experience. These kids in there, they
Agreed.
just poor things.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, can I say something on this?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Based because of where it is.
Oh, that's what I wanted to know earlier.
It's in New Jersey.
Yep. So based because of where it is now. Now, even though I even said I wasn't justifying what I said was right,
Uh-oh.
but they did entice me to get to that point.
Bucket.
And look what they did here
Bucket.
for this child.
Bucket. Be careful.
Oh no, I am being careful to say that, but look what they're doing here to this poor child.
I know
A
that.
child.
And they're pieces of shit and they're scumbags. But there's a line that you don't want to cross, Bucket.
No, I know. That's why I was ending it right there.
All right. All right. I'm just making sure you're good.
I was just keeping it short and sweet. I'm just saying.
Keep it at
It just shows that
100.
New Jersey kind of like entices situations.
Well, we have a couple examples that are, well, we have one really bad example right here. And I have been accused of being a bootlicker multiple times. And this is a really good example of that. Now, I was called a frauditor, by the way, guys. Breaking news.
And that's heavy.
What?
That's a new one.
Breaking news, CFW. I'm going to text you the screenshot.
Wow,
I was
crazy.
called a frauditor on YouTube by a watchdog channel.
Oh, that's funny.
Me. I mean, what next am I going to get called? Let's play a roulette game of what next am I going to get called. Don't ever say I like tuna. You say I like tuna, I'm going to go hands on with you. I despise fucking tuna. Legit, I throw up when tuna's near me. That's the most vile thing ever.
All right, what about swordfish?
Same thing. I don't eat seafood.
Woodland Councilman Clyde
Ah.
Cook says he was appalled by what he saw.
You know, I feel that officer should only lose his job, but I'm happy with.
All right, so this is a good check, Joe. We got city councilman being out there. That's a check mark right there, because the big thing with response time is how fast are you responding and who's responding. If a city councilor jumps in and responds pretty quickly, that gains traction.
Later.
Yes, it shows. It signals where you wanted to go, which is by my. I hate to go political, but that's my issue with Trump. He signals where he wants you to go when he says stuff like, "Man, the police should bump your head." I got no problem with that. When you're putting bad guys in the back seat, you signal. When you say the China virus, you signal. When you say those so and so Muslims, you signal.
Insinuate.
Right.
I don't like that.
I'm going to say,
The Camden County Prosecutor's Office and
All
the
right,
State
I'll
Attorney
wait.
General announced that 31-year-old officer Ryan Dubiel of Winona was being
It's
charged
volume's
with 2 counts
low,
of simple assault
Sancho.
for pepper spraying 2 individuals.
It's low.
Prosecutor Jill S. Mayer said
So
in a
this is
statement,
important. Woodland police officer, after careful review, it was clear that Dubai's actions are not consistent with the state of New Jersey use of force policy. So let me be honest. The charges were dropped on the 2 kids. Charges were dropped. And now we're looking at this officer getting charged. And at a local level, they're now looking at and breaking down the use of force and what should be allowed and what shouldn't be allowed.
Well, that's helpful. Yes.
And they're unarmed. They were unarmed too. There wasn't even any threat.
I wonder if it's going to be something simple as change of use of force. It still doesn't stop them from being rude and disrespectful on the street, and that's what has to happen. The people have to go out there and be like, "What's up, Bill? You good today?" The way you do with your mail lady, and and everyone else. You got to be that relationship. They do nothing to cultivate that. In fact, they do the opposite.
I consider your attitude a weapon, and if you use it in the wrong way, we were having a discussion about, triggering and going after people where it hurts. If you're an officer with a really bad attitude and you're verbally abusive, I consider that a weapon, and I think that needs to be on that.
Vice versa.
That weapon needs to be on the use of force, like the verbal weapon. That is what this officer did from the jump. Was just bully. Escalate, and lie. They weren't good. They weren't good officers from the jump. How many other? This is what I look at as a treasure chest, and I'm not trying to sound like Justin Pulliam, but this is a treasure chest. If you FOIA this officer's body cams for like 2-3 months, what are you gonna find?
Exactly.
Holy
and
fuck!
There should be a body that does that already. When he does something like this, he should go under instant scrutiny from someone who's independent and look at that shit. Certainly don't get a cop to do it because they're gonna see everything through a cop's eyes. Well, this was okay. Well, I'd have did this too.
Yeah.
No, you get someone who has an independent point of view.
But it takes something like this to get viral, to get more people to care.
I agree. In order
I the comment was on chat.
We have so many of these, and it's still not working. We had Sterling from the Milwaukee Bucks get beat up, and that didn't help. Sterling, what was that player's name from the Milwaukee Bucks?
I like the comment on Cowboy Juan.
I'm not seeing the what Hood?
Yeah, Cowboy Juan. You think that's Hood? You should see it. Some of the freaking city councilmen dressed in my area.
I think that's a good fucking idea. I want to see cats with hoods dressed as the councilmen and shit. I need that.
You know what we really need? We need some famous people getting their ass whooped. Just because.
CFW.
Hey, CFW, I hate to say it, but I've been thinking the same shit. We need some
more athletes.
We thought we had that with
actors.
We thought we had that with Smollett, and look what happened.
I'm thinking.
Not killed, but just whooped a little bit.
Be careful.
God forbid this happens, but if there's a rash, I don't know, the fucking mayor.
I'm thinking if we can get somebody like to be a spokesman for this, like Kanye or Kardashian or somebody, I don't know. I mean, kneeling at the football games didn't work.
Sorry, go ahead, CFW. Sorry.
Did it not?
Let me just say real quick: them kneeling at the football games. Dude, look how many people were against it. Look how many people are against it.
Look, we don't have George Floyd. We don't have the fucking change. We don't have this without him kneeling first.
Right. I mean, but they don't all kneel, and only a few of them kneel, and then we have people saying, "Well, they're not going to play if they kneel." And we had these famous people trying to bring attention to this problem, and it didn't work. People were against
them. Can I say something on that?
Yeah.
Now, USA stands for the United States of America, correct?
Correct.
Where the fuck's the unity?
Well, we have unity with somebody attacks us from the outside, but other than that,
agreed.
At our home turf, though, in our own societies, where is the unity?
Where is the unity? The laws are supposed to be fair to everybody, and these players kneel down to bring attention to Black Lives Matter, and they get ragged for it.
That's why you're doing a rally, Bucket, because you're trying to create unity.
Exactly. So this is what I say. This is why I'm getting at this. The reason why I kneel is because I feel like we're in a country in distress. I feel our country is in a distress to where our flag should be upside down and let known we're in distress. These players are kneeling because they're kneeling for the cause of the racism of the distress issue. So we're called the United States of America, and we don't have any unity.
I would agree. A nation divided shall not stand. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to Los Angeles. This was done in May. Things are getting a little bit more spicy. I'm warning everybody. Be aware. We have a LAPD officer beating a LAPD officer beating trespassing man. And here we go. This is back in May, so only a couple months ago.
Wow.
Should I put my mic on mute?
Sure.
All right.
Unless you want to chime in and say something, please let me know. I'll pause it.
Hello, hi. My name is, and I'm calling. I called last week. The address is Houston Street. I own the property. There's some people there, and I cannot get access to the property.
Okay, is it a vacant house or is someone living in it?
Yes, it's a vacant.
Okay. Do you know how many people are in there?
Usually there's two. It's a couple. But the guy is really aggressive.
Is he black, white,
And
Hispanic?
I believe you guys noticed him a couple times.
Okay, I understand that. Is he black, white, Hispanic, or Asian?
Hispanic.
Okay. How old does he look approximately?
Close to 40s.
40s, okay.
30 some.
Okay, and then the woman that's there, is she black, white, Hispanic, or Asian?
Hispanic.
Okay. How about her? How old does she look?
About the same age.
Okay. You said they're squatting in the house, right?
Correct.
Got it. Are you there at the location right now?
No, I don't want to be there.
Okay, so you should shoot at the house, right?
The address is Houston Street.
Okay. Is that a house or an apartment?
No, that's actually there's a house that was removed, and right now it's a vacant lot right next to a church right there. And I need to clear that property. I getting a lot of heat from the city. Also, I already have issued a fine, and I cannot access my property.
Okay, sir. So that doesn't answer the question. I'm just trying to figure out, is that a house or an apartment building? I just need house. Which one is it?
Okay, house.
Okay, thank you. So did you want the officers to call you when they're done since you're not there?
Please.
Got it. All right, sir. We'll send the unit out. We'll have them call you when they finish, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Aggressive Hispanic.
So already we're off to a bad start. So they're entering now. There's no volume.
Like they don't have to have permission because the owner gave them permission, right?
Here we go.
I thought it finally turned the audio on.
Private property.
What's up?
I hate when it shakes. I get dizzy.
Hey, nobody's creeping up on you, homie. Okay?
Homie.
I'm not creeping up on you. I'm a cop here. Someone calls me here.
Homie, I'm a cop. Those are two problems I have already, but that's just language. It's just language, right? But I don't think it's de-escalating. I'm critical as fuck tonight.
No,
guys.
I fucking totally agree with you, man.
I'm
You're off to a
critical as
bad
fuck.
start,
I'm gonna
man.
get some hate. I'm gonna get some hate now.
I know the feeling, Sancho.
No, where's the professionalism?
Oh man, I'm gonna get some hate.
No, you're right. Where's the professionalism?
Right.
Get out of here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, you don't scare me.
You don't scare me. You don't scare me. We're implying a confrontation. What are you fucking doing?
Yeah, I'm tougher
He's
than
better than these guys. Yeah, I'm tougher.
You're fucks that do all that.
I really want to stress I haven't watched any of these videos before I play them. So
Was this cop checked before becoming a cop mentally and criminally? Because it sounds like he was like an ex-street thug.
I don't know what to say. I don't. I mean, it's.
I'm just saying that the way he approached it, homie, I'm a cop.
Right.
You don't scare me.
Right. It's already a bad start.
Fucking boy with a spaz.
Trespass. Go to jail next time. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm gonna just let you go.
He left when I asked. That's cool.
He walked away. Why are we following him? Oh, we stopped. They're not following him anymore. Oh, it's all good. So this is gonna be a happy footage.
They're getting the handcuffs.
I think you're right.
I'm sorry. What did you just say?
Handcuffs.
Hold on. What
I don't think it's over. It's not over.
They talk big shit until they get in the handcuffs.
Whoa! Did you catch that?
I thought that was CFW said
It wasn't
that
me.
was
It wasn't me.
film.
Say it again.
Oh,
Do it
look at
again.
that.
I'm gonna mute myself. I'm muted. Just put it back. I want to hear
Let me
it.
authenticate it and make sure it's CFW.
Right?
Ready?
Yeah.
They talk big shit until they get in the handcuffs.
Oh.
Okay, what did he say?
Talk big shit till they be in handcuffs.
Wow. They're wanting to escalate this.
No. Be on your way.
That's a female police. That's a female officer.
You don't live here anymore. Bye. Yeah,
That a bitch.
Uh-oh. So, all right. So now we have a problem. The subject is coming towards the officer. The officer is moving towards the
He
subject.
should have left when he was going to.
Joe, do you see that officer? What is he doing? He's stepping towards the subject. The subject is coming towards him.
I would agree.
We are on the verge of a confrontation.
It certainly appears so, yeah. But the officer is.
Go, turn around, man. Turn around, man. Turn around, put your hands on that. What the fuck you gonna do, my boy? Turn around.
All right, so he's arrested him.
For what?
Anybody?
He's getting arrested for.
He told him to leave here. You don't live here anymore. Beat it. See, I live here, not anymore. Beat it.
And technically, is he on the property right now?
He's on the sidewalk, right?
No, write that report.
So wouldn't the right thing to do is to whip up the handcuffs when he goes back on the property because he already got verbal trespass?
They instigated it.
Yes.
They instigated it. He's walking towards him. He had to
So
keep
we're
touching
not
my
on
dog.
we're not on the property that he's been verbally trespassed from.
Yes, we're not, and that's clear.
And I swear he's verbally expressing and freely expressing and speaking for himself.
And I'd say
On
he might
public
not even
property.
be at the address either. He's so far away now.
He's on a public easement right now, no?
Yes, agreed.
Yep.
I'm saying, plus, he might not even be at the property he was trespassed from anymore.
All right. Viewer discretion is advised. If anybody has any ill will towards potential violence, look away now. Do not.
I thought you said you didn't see this yet.
Well, it says beating trespassing man.
Oh.
Did you see the title, CFW?
Yeah, I saw.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it looks like we're going to have a confrontation. I'm a big fan of reading body language, CFW, and shit's about to go down.
Turn around. What are you gonna do? Turn around. What the fuck are you gonna do? Turn around. Do what you gotta do, my boy. You don't fucking scare me, Turn around.
That's one, yeah.
Turn around for what?
He already turned
nobody getting
around.
crazy but you. 459. Get 450. They're going to me back up. Put your hands behind your back. Let's go, man.
What the fuck you think I am, motherfucker? What the fuck do you think I am?
What?
Fuck you think I am?
Who do you think
You
I
got
am?
some dumb fuck or what?
Who do you think I am?
I'm not fucking with you, you fucking idiot.
So is he already resisting arrest, even though the arrest was bullshit in the first place?
Yes. Yes.
I would say yes. However, you have the right to legally resist arrest when it's bogus. No one ever fucking wins that one, but
So he's clear so far. He hasn't swung. He hasn't done anything besides back away and resist.
yes, I would even say that when he went up against the gate, he was prepared to submit, and dude was all fucking brutal with him, and he's even encouraging him to fight back. As opposed
He is.
to,
He is. He is encouraging him.
And as far as I'm aware too, I thought you were allowed to resist an illegal arrest.
Here we go.
What?
Fuck you think I am?
Who do you think
You
I
think I'm
am?
some dumb fucker or what?
Who do you think I am?
I'm not fucking with you, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, you are. Turn around.
I'm not
put your
fucking
hands
with you.
on
I'll turn around, but
Turn
don't
around.
fucking push up on
Turn
me,
around.
motherfucker. You
Turn
ain't
around. Put your hands on your back now. Turn around. Put your hands on your back.
The fuck you think I am? You're
Turn around. Put your hands on your back. Turn around. Put your hands on your back. Let's go. Spread your feet. Spread your feet, boy. Spread your feet, man. Spread your feet.
Palms together, please.
Don't fight, man.
Ain't nobody fighting.
Don't fight. You're fighting, man.
Fuck you up, bro.
You're
What
fighting,
the
man.
fuck you talking about?
Ben.
Back up.
Nah, I would have fucking murder on that cop by now, bro.
What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
Bitch, fucker. He called
Wait, he's handcuffed?
names
Is he
as you
handcuffed?
beat him up.
Is he handcuffed?
No.
Oh my god.
And he's not fighting back.
He had multiple opportunity to fight back.
Yes.
That's a problem.
He could still be fighting back. He is just balling up.
That's just no bueno.
No.
And like Booze Now 702 said, all he said was turn around, not yet under arrest.
That's no bueno. All right, let's go.
What the fuck is wrong with you, motherfucker?
What the fuck's wrong with you, motherfucker?
What is wrong with you, dumb?
Shut the fuck up!
Can you put your hands behind your back, please?
He
You're
tried
not cooperating. You're gonna get hit
This
again.
nigga
Get on
keep
the fucking ground.
You ain't motherfucker.
Get on the fucking ground. Go and taste it, man.
Fucking hit me.
Get on the fucking ground.
Hold up. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. But Joe, I'm sure you're gonna realize this. Look at the way he tries to throw a fucking punch.
Get on the fucking ground.
I
Go
saw
and
that.
taste it, man.
I think he
Get on
discouraged
the fucking
himself when he
ground.
did that.
We got backup coming right now. Come on, come on, come on. Put your hands behind your
Shut
back.
the fuck up,
Put
man.
your hands.
Who are you, dog?
I see females throw better punches.
I mean,
No offense, I'm
was a
saying.
little- I think it was over here. Yeah, it was over here. It was over here when he
Come on,
tried.
put your hands behind your
Shut
back.
the fuck up,
Put your
man.
hands.
Let me go. More.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, a little bit more backwards.
Ground.
More.
We got backup coming right now.
Right over here.
Right there.
Shut the
Right
fuck
there.
up.
Can you put your hands behind your
Not
back,
before.
please?
You're not cooperating. Come on,
Done.
fucker.
That's a fight.
Not for my head.
What is wrong with you?
What the hell?
Quit, motherfucker. Quit.
Fuck you.
What the fuck is wrong with you, motherfucker?
What the fuck's wrong with
There
you?
it comes.
Fucker.
What is wrong with you, dumb?
Shut the fuck
Can you
up.
put your hands behind your back, please?
You're not cooperating.
Right
Oh!
there. Yeah. I mean, come on.
What a haymaker.
Come on. I mean,
Girl.
You can see it in the shadow on the
Come on, put
floor.
your hands behind your
Shut the
back.
fuck up,
Put your
man.
hands.
Who are you, dog?
Shut the fuck
What the
up.
fuck is wrong with you, my boy?
Shut the fuck up.
What the fuck is wrong with you, dog?
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, chill out.
What the fuck is wrong with you, guy, dude?
Shut the
Even
fuck up.
I got a question here.
what's your question?
I don't even recall. Was he even identified who he was?
No, it was an
So
unidentified.
you can say he's a trespassing person?
Right.
To say he was even trespassing, did they even identify him?
He left when he got his warning, so there should be no fucking issue, and you certainly shouldn't
Right.
walk him up on him and
So
and
hold
let
on,
it escalate.
let me lay out something real quick. No identification left when they showed up. Don't even know if it's the correct guy that was called in on. And then this.
He was on the property though, so that's how they identified him as the person in
That's
question.
good enough, yeah.
Because of the
different motherfucker.
Yeah.
Even if he was a 7 foot tall Ethiopian.
He was still on the property and he matched what the caller made as a description.
Still.
Wow.
Okay.
So
is it me or more of this shit coming to light now ever since the fucking George Floyd incident?
I don't want to sound insensitive in saying that I'm glad it's happening. I'm glad it's coming to light, but fuck, man, look at what sacrificed for it to happen.
I would agree, Sancho. As much as I love you cats' conversation, sometimes I get a little rude when my record comes on, and I disengage And my girl just texted me, so give me a minute.
Okay. He's on mute. I didn't mute him. He muted himself. He's a professional panel member, so he just muted himself because he knows what he's doing. So I want to know if anybody in the chat has an update on what's going on with this, with this case, because
he's jamming onto that. Yeah,
I think that's a problem, Bucket Boy. What do you say?
Huge problem.
Huge problem.
Huge problem.
A formal complaint investigation has been initiated by Internal Affairs Group due to the serious nature of the alleged misconduct. At the direction of the Chief of Police, the investigation involving the force used by the officer will be investigated by the department's Force Investigation Division. To be
16
continued.
years later, when they hide it underneath the sheets.
Bucket. To be continued.
I'm just saying that what they're going to be continuing it 16 years down the road when it's underneath the sheets already.
Right. Well, I mean, that's my issue with internal affairs at a local level. Is the
They sit on it.
Is the lack of faith in it actually being followed through. It's up to you. CFW, you're on mute, just so you know. If you're talking, I think you're trying to talk. This is like the quietest you've ever been, ever. And,
No, I was just looking at the
Oh.
chat. Like, I was just trying to figure out where this was at, like Houston or whatever.
well, that particular video was in Los Angeles. That was in Los Angeles.
I just don't.
And we have breaking news from Chicago right now. Oh, he stopped. He stopped there. He stopped there.
What pisses me, what makes me just so upset is that people just, even when they have it on video, like these other people just don't believe this. Like, I talk to people all the time in the street, and there's just so many people that just think that there's nothing wrong with this, that the police have every right to do this.
But I really hope tonight we're kind of setting an example that officers are getting charged with this. It's not a no accountability when it comes to them. I'm going to play one more body cam, and it's going to be an officer being charged. I've already spoiled it before it happened.
That's okay.
Bucket and Joe are like doing some sign language dance thing, and like I feel like me and CFW are like completely left out right now. I'm kind of a little jelly that I'm not involved in this little code these two are doing. Look at this. Bucket is just.
That's what marijuana does to you.
You got the love.
All right, so Virginia cop. This is June 8th. So guys, we're staying within 3 months.
This is your brain on dope.
So we're going to Virginia, guys. We're going to Virginia, CFW. You ever been to Virginia before?
Never been to Virginia.
I went a few months ago.
I had a horrible experience in Virginia. Y'all want me to tell you? So apparently people in Virginia, when they're at a gas station, they just open the doors when people are taking a shit.
What?
And I think we should have a moment of silence for that. I think we should have a moment of silence for that poor soul who watched me mid-wipe standing up, and I think we should pray for that soul, and I hope he's still among us. And
why didn't you go before you left the house?
I was traveling a cross-country trip, CFW.
Oh, you should have waited till you got to the hotel.
Why wasn't the door locked?
I was driving through Virginia, and
why didn't you lock the door?
I had to poop. Well, that was my issue. But
Why did you go outside?
I really had to poop, and my
were you
goal
behind the dumpster?
My biggest goal was to find a toilet.
Shit happens, I guess, right?
Yeah. Well, my goal was to find a toilet, not worried about it being locked. I thought people had respect.
Shit happens.
That's a whole other story.
In Virginia.
So let's go to Virginia now. We have warning. The following video contains graphic content that may be disturbing to some viewers.
Uh-oh.
Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm going to mute so I don't cry.
Did you call, sir? Did you call? No? Okay. Did you hear anybody? Apparently somebody was saying they needed it. How you doing?
How you doing?
Good. Nice to meet you. Somebody said they needed oxygen. That was you?
Yeah.
Okay, we want to go over to the fire department?
What?
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
You don't need oxygen?
Why I need oxygen? Why you need oxygen?
Oh, this guy's on something. Very drunk.
We have EMS on the scene right away, though.
Out with one with the fire.
So far, I like what I see. Why do I like what I see? We have an officer and we have a paramedic on the scene at the same time.
And he directed him towards the medics. So.
I like that because if we have a medical emergency like a pepper spray, or we know what's going to happen, get the titles right there. Don't say it's CFW. We have a paramedic right there. So we're a little bit in the right direction. Let's see how this turns out. I don't think it's going to turn out good.
Apartment. He's walking around in the middle of the street, rambling. Sir, 10 for 3027. Are you doing okay? You mind stepping out of the road? Maybe.
What can I do for you? Okay, I'm here to help you. So just tell me what you need. You want a detox? So you want to go to the hospital? Okay.
All right.
Are you want to go to the hospital? You got all right. I understand.
You want to say that?
And they're going to take you to detox. Oh, man. Sir. Devontae, right?
Yeah.
You want to go to detox?
Yes.
All right, you got to get in the ambulance with them if you want to go to detox.
Speak to Didi. Hey, Jen,
what's the address my gas station?
So you don't want to go to detox? Where do you want to go? Would you mind stepping out of the road for me?
No,
What's up?
Sabaya Pittman need help.
Where's he?
Sabaya Pittman need help. Sabaya Pittman need help.
Who's Sabaya Pittman?
Sabaya Pittman need help.
Let's go.
Sabaya Pittman need help.
So do you not want to go to the hospital?
Sabaya Pittman need help.
So what's everyone's feelings right now? So far into it, we're
He's
2 minutes
high
into it.
as fuck.
He's on PCP or something.
I've seen a million motherfuckers do this exact thing. I've pulled over the car several times to help motherfuckers walking through the street like this.
I think he's on that synthetic weed.
What do you think he's on?
Oh, yeah, Spice.
That K2.
Yeah.
He's not.
I want to say what you said, CFW.
That's sativa. No, what's that other shit? That rat poison shit that we smoke.
That's not him, Jimmy. Don't go there.
Is that
Jimmy.
PCP? It's a
I would
PCP.
have thought PCP.
No, I'm talking about that. That's like that K2, but it's called
Spice.
No, that
crocodile.
It makes you trip balls. That's all I know.
Sativa. Sativa's a strain. It's not sativa.
No, it's like that K2, but worse.
Are you talking bath salts?
Worse than that. It's more on the trippy side.
Yeah, he's tripping, all right.
Yeah, he's tripping.
Maybe
we can
he's
agree on that.
Yeah, he's
bath salts are known to make people turn into zombies. K2 is known to do this, and also the other stuff I'm trying to figure out what it is.
Ecstasy?
It's also known to be on the trippy side as well.
Ecstasy? Mushrooms?
The trippy side.
He's tripping.
No, like the synthetic shit. The synthetic trippy, like.
Right. All right, let's go.
Who's Sabaya Pittman? Who's that?
Yeah, look out for 2 motorcycles we're using in the neighborhood. No further, just look out. They're 69.
You'll go with us to the hospital? Yeah. You get in the back of the ambulance? Yeah. Come on.
Hey, you're gonna get in the back of the ambulance, right? Now? Is he wanted?
Oh, jeez.
Roll over.
Joe, go ahead.
I was not expecting it like that. I thought they were gonna try something.
Where the fuck did that come from?
That is tasing. That is tasing.
Let's rewind, shall we?
Jeez.
I missed it.
He was
All
just talking and walking and bam.
This individual circling around clearly is going through a medical issue. This Too Tall Jones looking motherfucker. His car is right here. This is a squad car.
Is he wanted?
And here he
Oh, those
comes.
are wait, those are different cops. Those aren't the original cops,
This
right?
is the different cop, Too Tall Jones. He's parked in the middle of the street. He's walking. He already has his taser in his hand. They asked the question if he's wanted. Now, we have two options, Joe, how to figure out if he's wanted. I want to know which one you think they should have done. A, identify him, or B, tase him. What option do you think you would take?
It's a hard one, Sancho, but I'm going to go with option A. Be patient. Figure it out.
Why are we just shooting people with tasers just because?
Well,
when we know that they're going through a mental
He wasn't being
episode.
aggressive. He was just being delusional.
He knows he's not in any competition, so he wants to get his aggression out on him.
Tasing temporarily restrains them.
CFW.
Right?
But the adrenaline from after their tase is ridiculous, right?
He was delusional, not aggressive.
To make it worse, yes.
Yeah. Here we go. So this guy's walking up.
Is he wanted?
Whoa!
Bam! He didn't even wait to nothing. Bam!
Bam! Let's go from it entirely. So he's walking straight up to him, but he's not confronting him. Paramedics here. They thought he was going to go into the fucking paramedic, but he didn't. He loops around into a circle-like formation, and we got a problem.
Is he wanted?
Didn't even give him a chance to get on the ground.
Anthony, relax. Anthony, relax.
See that
like he's in his right
They already
mind.
know his
and can
name.
comply and follow orders.
No,
How does he know his name?
He's on his neck.
Because they know this guy. That's why they know his name.
It still looks like they're still on his shoulder blades from that distance.
They've dealt with this guy before. That's why
I
they
don't
know
know.
him.
They say he told him his name when he walked up.
Yeah, they said his name was Devontae, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, they
I don't
said
know
his
if they
name, so
told
they
him a
probably
bunch of
already
times.
know him. They probably already know
They
him.
probably dealt with this guy before, so they know.
But he asked him 4 times, and the guy
But
repeated
as
it
far
4
as where that knee placement goes, CFW, I think it's still along the shoulder blade.
I ain't got no problem with that knee.
Anthony, give me your arm. Anthony.
That I don't like.
Oh, cold cocked him with the fucking taser? Whoa.
Your arm. Anthony.
That wasn't just to hold his head down. No, that was a straight cold cock and then head hold.
Right.
Fuck
Yeah,
that.
not medical care professionals. That's for damn sure.
That wasn't just a simple hold of the head. That was a simple cold cock first.
Anthony, give me your arm.
What?
Anthony.
Simply. Boom and then held.
Oh.
No. Step it up. No.
Step it up.
Joe, we're still tasing. Look at that. Look at the taser in his skin right now.
And it's on his neck, right close to his brain.
A little excessive?
Did he headshot with a taser?
Yep. On his shoulder blade. Shoulder blade.
All right, let's
See?
Yeah.
See his shoulder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got it all on his shoulder right now.
No.
He think he's being killed right now.
The last thing you fear in this state of mind is confinement.
I would agree, which is why he couldn't stop walking. That would have been my first indication to be patient.
You got cuffs? You got cuffs?
Fortson.
Jackson, under your belly. I got him, Jackson. Go ahead. Put that.
Yeah, I got his shoulder down.
That's gotta go through detox in jail.
I can't breathe, did he? I can't breathe, did he? No, nobody's on your neck. Nobody's on your neck, buddy.
We're gonna get you rolled over. We're gonna get you rolled over.
Did he?
Diddy, I can't breathe. Diddy, I can't breathe, Diddy. Diddy, I can't breathe, Diddy.
Hey, we'll roll you over. Are you good?
Diddy, I can't breathe, Diddy. Diddy, I can't breathe, Diddy.
We got you on your side,
Diddy,
man.
I can't breathe, Diddy. Diddy, I can't breathe, Diddy. 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 Diddy, I'll tell you now, Diddy. I got it. I'll take it. Diddy. Everybody.
Hey, you're good. Hey, breathe. Breathe. Calm down. You got it?
Diallo Span. Diallo Span.
Hey, just breathe.
Diallo Span.
I don't know what Alice Span.
Diallo Span. Diallo Span. Diallo Span. Diallo Span. Diallo Span. Diallo Span. Diallo Span right now. I said Diallo Span right now. Diallo Span right now. Diallo Span right now. Diallo.
Do you know what he's saying, Bucket Boy?
No.
I hear it. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know what he's
That's
saying.
where I thought it originated, but
Me
now
too.
it's digressed to something I cannot even understand.
Span. Diallo Span. Diallo.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Help, Diddy, help.
Diallo Span. Diallo Span.
They're shackling him. They shackled the fuck out of him.
They hog-tied him.
What do you guys think about that video?
And now instead of going to the hospital, he's going to jail, and now he's going to have to detox in jail by himself.
Are we
That
disappointed?
would suck. He better go to the hospital.
Are we?
Instead of,
Yep.
there's one thing to use taser to put him down, right? It's another thing to use a taser to make it easy to lock him up and right.
That's exactly right. That's right. That's exactly right.
Can you say something on that whole taser thing?
That guy didn't need to tase him the second and third, whatever bloody amount of time.
But not even that, though. Not even that, though. When he went to go supposedly hold his head down, he cold-cocked with a freaking taser first and then held his head down.
Joe Cole, let's talk about Officer Tyler Timberlake.
Look at you putting your finger up, CFW.
Go ahead, CFW.
CFW's waving her finger.
I wasn't looking. I'm sorry. I'll go back to the
My bad.
My bad. Go ahead. Now she's
CFW,
pausing.
You had
What do you
something you wanted to say, CFW?
No, I was just thinking, why is he a monkey today and not the flamingo? When he goes on panel, he's a monkey. When he's on the chat, he's not.
Because you stole all my feathers. I'm bloody freezing. Winter out here.
You see,
You
I
fucked
got
all
a
my
hoodie
feathers.
on. It's cold in Chicago.
So what charges do you think? I mean, what are we cooking at here, guys?
This guy he didn't really break a law. He needed help to get to the hospital, but they're gonna make something up.
So that
They're gonna make
means
something
he
up.
gets resisting
automatically.
Maybe assault on an officer. He's gonna get some shit thrown on to cover this shit up.
So
they got to justify tasing him 7 times.
Right.
So
but they're gonna also understand this too, though. They're gonna also prove that he is going to keep stand trial.
And plus, he called them for help.
So they arrested him. They didn't take him to hospital.
I don't
You
think they
know
took him to
that, or are
hospital.
you asking?
I'm asking.
I don't know.
I don't know.
The Garney was out.
I would have just taken him to hospital and get the guy help.
But the guy didn't want that. He wanted to show he was a macho man.
Yeah,
But as Sancho said, though, confinement. I wouldn't want to be confined either.
I'm talking about the cop wanted to be the macho man. Like he just sometimes they're like that.
All right. That what is it, Narcan or some shit that brings you down straight away or whatever it is?
Oh yeah.
That's for heroin. Dude is not
What
off
the
heroin.
ketamine is what
speeding.
they're thinking. Ketamine is
All right,
it. So,
okay,
yeah.
Joe.
So, all right. So let's flip the script, Joe Cole. What charges do you think this police officer got? Because listen, there's a big rumor out there that no police officers ever get charged with anything. They never get prosecuted. Blah 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 blah. This channel is
excessive
clearing up
force.
that bullshit.
That's macho. It's only the ones that get caught. Maybe. But there's so many out there, so many incidences that we don't see.
Let's catch more. Get a bigger net. Let's catch more, but focus on those bad motherfuckers and highlight the good motherfuckers and build a relationship with the good motherfuckers. Because if you're a good motherfucker, you want to align yourself with more good motherfuckers, badge or no badge.
Do you think the ambulance drivers tell, or the firemen ever tell on the cops? I mean, I never see ambulance drivers coming forward.
I hope so.
Ambulance driver more so than fireman.
I can play a video of a fireman and a police officer getting into an altercation, and the officer illegally arresting the fireman.
Oh, I saw that one. Yeah.
I saw that, and an ambulance guy as well. At least a couple dudes with ambulance guys.
All right, so I'm going to play Judge Sancho for a little bit. He's been MIA. Apparently, he kind of caught some charges with that whole video with Liberty Bird and abuse of power, all those rumors. Like, it is what it is. So, if you guys had a chance to be Judge Sancho and you had a chance to kind of pretend like, you know, what charges would you charge this officer with?
I got you.
Assault.
Assault's a good
I got
one.
3 right off rip.
Excessive force. Illegal use of a weapon. No, I can't charge with possession. He's a cop. I'd throw the book at him like they do us. Fuck that.
Tyler
I'd
Timberlake,
make
Joe
up
Cole.
shit.
Tyler Timberlake's his name.
You can't do excessive force.
Do you guys have abuse of power?
Oh, maybe abuse of power.
Do you have that?
Uh-oh, my battery.
Yep. That's what I was gonna say.
Has a charge and has a police as a charge? No. But
Not
there is a heavier charge if you're charged with an on-duty incident, which I will let everybody know. He's been charged with 3 charges. He's been charged with battery relating to an on-duty incident. He has been arrested on June 6th after body cam shows him striking the man with a stun gun and then getting on top of him along with the officer wearing the body cam. When Timberlake is on top of the man, he presses the stun gun into the back of his neck and fires again. And the Fairfax County Police Chief Edwin Gosselin Jr. said someone had called the police about a man walked down the street shouting that he needed oxygen. An officer who responded before Timberlake had tried to de-escalate the police chief said, adding that it's unclear why Timberlake used his stun gun. As part of the investigation into the incident, the other 3 officers involved were placed on administrative leave. The man was treated at a hospital and released. The chief said Timberlake faces up to 36 months of incarceration.
Holy
Assault
fuck,
and battery.
They never take the other cops. They never do nothing to the guys who don't report that it was misbehavior and shit. They always get off scot-free. That's the news to me.
Right there, my guy.
I want to know what the cop. I want to know what the cop said. That initial was there trying to de-escalate it.
3 charges of assault and battery related to an on-duty incident.
Fairfax County, Tyler Timberlake was arrested June 6th after Bodycam striking a man with a gun, getting on top of him. Timberlake tried to de-escalate the situation. Did he? Oh, that Timberlake. The police, she said, adding that it's unclear why he used the gun.
You know, I really think this behavior that they have is all the time. And that's why they get so angry when we show up with cameras.
Well, hey, y'all, I gotta get going.
I mean, but the thing that I always hear is this guy's facing 36 months in prison over 3 charges of assault and battery.
Mm-hmm.
Are we able to eat a little crow? Anybody in the chat or anybody who wants to eat crow? As far as the police officers never charged their own. I mean, I've shown 3 instances tonight, 2 instances tonight of that being not true.
But all the hundreds that don't get seen. I mean, yes, I guess we're making progress on arresting the officers. But did you know that the live PD, they took it off?
Right.
But they had to do several different police departments, and it's always the police department that quit because they couldn't handle the cameras.
But what about baby steps? Baby steps, CFW. Baby steps. Patience. I know you're sick of it and you don't want it to happen anymore.
I mean, we have hundreds and hundreds of people that have died in jail. I mean,
right. But unfortunately,
how many more patients do we need? This is why we raise. This is why I mouth off to him. I mean, how much more when we're quiet and patient? Nothing happens. Nothing's happening when we yell at him either. But
who's suggesting the patience?
Sancho.
Patience.
When she mentioned about the 100, I mentioned about I'm showing instances of officers getting charged, and I want to be patient because there's a process. There's gonna be a process. There's investigations.
I agree with both of you. Much more. I'd say 70% more CFW.
What?
I have no patience.
It's
And
because there's
as
so
much
many
as
that
I
they don't
say
catch.
we need patience, my patience is not going through their procedures and or however long that takes. No, I need justice in 30 days. That's patience. I'll give you 60. That's patience to me. I need not just justice. I need all these cops to turn around in
They need
60
training.
days.
I don't know what
After
it's.
60 days, if
I
they
give
don't
it
ID, they
65,
get fucking
35
sit down.
CFW.
Am I what?
I also want to sit with the logic that not everything's going to happen overnight. And it sucks. I'm not okay with it. I'm not. It sucks.
No,
But
you're
it's not.
absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But that philosophy also leads to giving them as much time as they say. If they say, hey, listen, the investigation takes 18 months, crazy shit like that. They're
Yeah.
never gonna, we can't go by what they say. We know that. And it can't be overnight. I'd agree with that.
But the problem
But
is,
we can't
anytime you
go
give.
through their system where
No
they
leeway.
say, well, it takes 4 months to
Yeah.
file, and then he gets 3 of these, and then it takes. We can't do that.
But look at the challenge at a local level like you have, Joe. If something happens in your neighborhood, which it does happen every day, which is absolutely deplorable, and the media doesn't pick up on it. And the biggest issue you're having is getting the message out there and educating people. Look, this is what's happening. We need just as much attention as George Floyd, just as much attention as Elijah McClain. But we're not getting that on a consistent basis.
Listen,
Walk me through the frustration level.
I'm upset with when they think we need attention. It's always the negative shit. How many niggas died? Who got shot over the weekend? Okay, I agree those things occur, but I need you to throw in a lot more misbehavior of the cops. This place is not doing their job. I need you to throw in a lot more of other
Balance.
people as
Yeah.
opposed to just me and mine every fucking time. There's a fucking problem. Then you have motherfuckers running around thinking them fucking ghetto motherfuckers can't get it right. No, I think if you correct the fucking government, you make sure the niggas get the whatever housing, homes, job opportunities, all of that shit, then you change their behavior. You don't ask them to act right and we'll give you shit. Black folks been doing that for eternity, ain't got shit. That's
True.
bullshit. That's a myth. Nobody giving you nothing.
But the problem is too is that badge just automatically changes you when you put that band on. When you have a position of power, there's been so many studies done on this
It
that
can change you for the good and it can change you for the bad, correct?
I don't think it could change you for the good. I don't think it could change you for the good.
I was
Because
thinking all bad, so that's why I say that was dope. I was
I
thinking
mean,
all bad.
the badge. If they didn't have that badge on, it's just like these people smart off to the cops, and they're like, "Oh, I bet you won't be all badass if you don't have that clown suit on." They wouldn't, because that badge gives them power, and it gives them magical
It
powers.
gives the bad cops power. Are we talking bad cops or all cops?
I'm talking most cops, because they want to be respected.
Cops, period.
Because
It
I
gives
told you
them
to, I'm the
magical
cop.
powers. Cops, period.
I'm the cop. I'm the cop. That's
Well,
why I told you to move 6 inches.
Is it wrong, Joe, to say the following sentence? I think CFW is coming from her place because of her line of work being a female. There are a lot of misogynistic cops who try to go after her because she's a female, and they automatically try to dominate the mood and take control of her because she's a female.
I would.
But I mean, it's even like I was talking to David Bourne today. Yeah, but I was talking to David Bourne today, and he
By
was
the way,
talking
let me
about.
say, I think CFW is smarter than that. I think she sees that,
Well,
recognizes
they try.
and
I didn't
still
say they
gives,
accomplish. I didn't
and
say they
still
accomplished.
gives
They tried.
I think she recognizes that and still gives a good point of view, a solid point of view. It's like someone saying a black guy got beat up. Oh no, it was a Hispanic guy, I think. And Trump said, well, you can't have Hispanics on the jury because they'll be biased. That's not necessarily true, right? Because she's a chick and she's been through it. And you're absolutely right. And I'm sure she feels some type of way about that. But I don't think she'd weigh that into.
It's just because I've seen a lot of the studies on it. That's the only reason why I say that, because it'll change you, and it doesn't just change. Right, and it doesn't just change like the police officers. It's anybody in power, a teacher,
the most famous
somebody that can tell you
about
the Sanford Prison Project and the Milgrain Project. Oh my gosh, that was even worse. The Milgrain one.
the experiment where they were electrocuting, had people electrocuting
Yes,
other people.
Milgrain.
That was
Yeah, and they killed him. I mean, well, that's another story.
Joe,
But I was talking to David Bourne today, and he was talking about when he was in jail, and he was in the holding cell, and the guards made them ask permission and raise their hand and ask permission if they could use the restroom or if they could get a drink of water. Anytime they moved, they had to ask permission from the guard, and he felt so bad about that, you know. So it's just even guards or anybody.
I done rebelled. I'm
Joe.
their worst nightmare. I make it worse for them to
Me
hold
too.
me for a
I was getting
fucking
solitary.
second.
So the cop
I
side
never
of it, I'm
shot
going to
my
give you the cop
fucking
side
mouth.
of it. I'm going to give you the cop side of it because I've heard a sheriff say this before, and I saw it on, on the news. If you don't like how you're treated here, don't break the law.
But what about the people that are there because they took the plea or they're there for a ticket, like that ticket because they didn't pay the ticket? Debtors, you know, or people that are innocent.
I would agree. I would agree. Which is why I think Martin Luther King said, if you see an unjust law, you got to be prepared to break it and go to jail with your head held high. Because yes, massa will smack you. If you don't want to do the time, do what I say. Behave or I'll hurt you. I believe that saying is true. Don't break the law, which just translates in my head to do what I tell you. Now,
Or have some money.
Joe, is it all cops, or do you think it's white cops?
well, first of all, there could be no such thing as all white cops. That's just
Yeah, do you know
sounds.
what I think? I'm going to say it.
Oh wait!
Oh, yeah,
That
go ahead.
sounds
My bad.
illogical to me. And the only way it's all cops is because when you put that fucking uniform on, you make a silent agreement that you're gonna look over certain stuff.
You
I'm
turn
gonna
blue.
go along to a certain degree.
So
That's what makes it all cops.
Even Hispanic cops or African American cops or Asian
Chinese,
cops.
they're all blue. They
Matters
changed to blue. They changed to blue, but there's rumors in Fort Worth that they're having a rift between the blacks and the whites. So I'm trying to get to the bottom of that one too. But they
They
turned
got
blue.
one here between the uniformed and the tactical officers.
And we got a rift. Yeah, we got a rift between the
They had
firemen
a
and the police
fist
officers
fight.
too.
They had a literal
Ooh.
fist fight in the station. The cops did not want to arrest a bunch of people over that lockdown shit. The tag teams came out, arrested them all, and they went back to the station, but they wouldn't put their fucking name on the form. And the cops, the regular cops, tell them, I told you that shit. Don't arrest when they got into it. And a high-ranking dude had to come sign every form like he was the arresting officer, blah, 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 because they was at it like that.
Wow. Where do we go from here?
I would always like to. Somebody has texted me over and over again.
Maybe start hiring social workers instead of military people.
We needed social workers there. We needed someone, ex-addict or something there to be like, just fucking relax, man.
Hey,
Give
Morgie.
that nigga some space.
Come back up, Morgie. I didn't know that was you because you had your camera on, so I didn't think that was you. But
See, that's what I sort of.
she's mad at
I
me.
don't know. I'm confused. That last video we saw, I get. You got to try and ID him, but he wasn't fucking coherent.
Yes, and you don't.
But I don't believe it needed to be tased either.
That's what I was going to say. We're going to get you help. We want to help you so bad, we'll hurt you to get you help. I'll tase you and make you fall to the ground and stand on your. I'll do anything to get you help. That's not logical to me.
No.
But they want to. I mean, okay, I worked at the state hospital, right? And I worked with some guys, and they quit and everything. But they tried to instigate stuff so they could get in fights that night. The staff did.
Were you a nurse?
No, I was just an aide. That was when I was in college.
A little nursey outfit.
I remember the old ones with the hats and everything. They didn't wear those, but we had a really good stick. The hospital I worked at was really good. But these guys would escalate these people, and I think the cops do the same thing.
So I put
just because they want to
I
fight.
changed it. Make sure you remind her to continue to drive responsibly. Do you like that?
That's good.
We're
That's fine.
we're making by telling you to continue to drive
I don't want to
responsibly.
hurt anybody. That's true.
It means you've been driving pretty well the past couple.
I have. I have.
All right,
I'm in a rental
everybody.
too.
She does.
Are we? Does everybody have their seatbelt on? Wait, the bucket boy, you still here, bucket boy?
He passed out. Oh, he's here. Yay.
Are you ready for Morgie? Like, does everyone have their helmet and seatbelt on for Morgie? All right. Hello, darling.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Hey.
Hi, Morgie.
I had a wonderful morning. Getting yelled at by Morgie this morning at about 4
I missed
in the
it.
morning.
What happened?
What more are you yelling at you about?
I was about
Well, you probably deserved it, El
You know
Santo.
what was funny
They
about
probably
Morgie?
deserved it.
Morgie tucked me in the bed, and then I could hear her starting drama herself on Discord after tucking me to bed.
She probably deserved it. He deserved it, right, Morgie?
Yeah, of course he did. But
course he did.
I put him to bed, and then I had to put. Then I had to throw
Wake him
somebody
up,
else back in the bed.
See, he deserved it.
What's on your mind, Morgie? Welcome.
Nothing much. I came up to see what you guys were doing. I'm sorry, I was over at Kenny's for a little while, and I thought I'd come in and listen to what you guys had to say, and then I'll add my 2 cents worth in when.
Well, we're breaking down some body cam.
I catch up.
We're breaking down
Did you
some body
say
cam.
at Kate's? At Kate's?
Kenny's.
Oh.
Kenny.
Let's say Kate.
Big shout out to Kenny Klein. If any of the mods want to put Kenny Klein's channel, Joe Cool's channel, Bucket Boy's channel, CFW's channel.
The Kenny Klein guy, I don't think I know who he is or have him.
You want me to hook you up with him? I can get you on his show.
I don't even know the cat. You can throw his link.
He's
in
kind
the
of a
chat.
watch. He's kind of like one of those watchdog groups, you know, like D Generation Nation. He's along that line, but he's just a younger channel. But he's doing really well. Like CFW was on his show, right? CFW, how was it?
Yeah, it was good. He was real nice.
Very nice guy, not confrontational.
Kenny's a top bloke, Joe. Really nice guy.
He's very nice. He listens really well. And he
top notch.
takes both
He
sides.
interviews people. That's what he does. Panels.
Well, he kind of like presents an idea, and then people speak about it. But he
That's
does other
dope.
things. He does fun things too
And
that I
he's-
missed. I missed that
He's
he was
not
doing
biased.
serial
He's straight
killers.
down the middle. He's straight down the middle.
I don't need the
Eddie
fun part.
wants.
I'll get that throughout the day. It's enough niggas that bullshit on these panels. I'm more interested in the guided shit.
Well, that's why it's a safe place over here.
Kenny's is a safe place as well. He's an ex-vet and he's an interesting dude.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. It's his channel and my channel are pretty identical when it comes to education, safe space, and entertainment. So if you like me, you'll probably like him, you know, because he's pretty good at what he does. And he's been doing it longer than me. He's been around for about 10 months, probably, I think.
He's that new.
His channel's growing. His channel's growing, and he is my guy, Joe Cole. So I want you to subscribe to my guy. Morgie, you don't have a YouTube page,
Well,
right?
you guys said enough.
Yeah.
I don't have anything on my channel. No.
Because they're trying to plug your channel in chat, and they want me to do a command for Morgie. But I'm thinking my command for Morgie should be something that Morgie likes to say, and we could use it as a quote instead.
Well, I have a question for Morgie.
Okay.
Okay, because she's both Morgie and Jimmy, because they're from Australia. They say, I've heard both of them say that this doesn't happen over there. Why not? What kind of training do y'all have that we don't have? Or was it the training? What is it? What is
They're a
that?
lot more compliant, I'd say.
I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Carolina, I'll tell you why in basically one word, or 2 words actually. We don't have a Second Amendment.
That's not 2 words.
That's not amendment. Second
That's
Amendment.
not 2 words. Just say
A lot
Second
of these
Amendment.
people that got arrested don't have
Morgie,
guns
I
on
was
them.
gonna. That's why I was gonna ask you about that as well. Do you think that you've given up your guns for for security? Is that how you see it? Did you make a deal? Did you?
No, gun ownership here has never been big anyway. And it became more stricter after we had a massacre in Tasmania in the 90s. But it's never been a big thing here. Firearms here have mainly been for sporting law enforcement and agriculture, basically out in the country.
Okay,
So-
but then you had good times during when they had the guns too, though. So do you still have the respect for the police and everything when you guys had the guns?
Yeah.
So how did that happen? Like what? I mean, it's just I guess ours have just I don't know. We've been bad for so long. And you guys, I don't know how come you guys have a different. How you guys are safer over there?
I think
Do you guys respect your military? Caroline?
I think
Do you guys respect your military?
Oh yeah, I guess.
You also thank you for your service and shit like that.
Oh yeah. I always think
that's how we hold our police.
Oh, so it's more of a mindset.
And our police respect us in return.
I think our police came from the overseer. They never had an altruistic motive. That's where they came from. That's the original police were sent after slaves and shit like that. Their job has been to keep people in check.
But I bet you,
that's always been different.
But I bet you in Australia the
serving
cops
someone.
maybe go further than ours do. I bet they probably would give somebody a ride home, or our cops don't do that.
Yes, right.
I'll change a tire for you, Caroline.
Or they walk through the neighborhood and speak to people.
Caroline, if you were on the side of the road with a flat tire, they would get out and change it for you.
Not here.
They do out here.
No, they'll put behind you and wait for somebody.
They pull up behind you and run your fucking plate and ask you 50 fucking questions.
No, they'll get out.
Come on, check to see if you're drunk.
They'll get the spare out, and they'll change it for you.
They'll be like, "What is that I smell?"
Bucket boy.
Have you been
Bucket
drinking?
boy.
Where you
Bucket
headed?
boy.
Where you coming
Bucket
from?
boy.
Bucket boy.
Can you walk a straight line?
Hang on, guys.
What's up?
Joe's trying to say something. Can I listen to what he's saying, please?
Sorry. Bud.
I was saying about all the questions they're gonna ask. Where you been? Where you coming from? What is that I smell in the car? Have you been drinking today? I was just saying they're gonna ask you a million fucking questions while they wait for that tow truck to get there.
No, they're going to basically. What they'll basically ask is, you don't have a rabid koala in the back seat.
I mean, is it safe for me to say the attitude is disobey and then they'll buzz off?
Every person that's pulled up by a cop nowadays gets breathalyzed. It's accepted practice.
Yeah,
What happened?
and a drug test as well.
Yeah.
Time out.
No.
Joe Cole, I have a present for you. Are you ready, Joe Cole?
Yeah.
I would like you to introduce you to Kenny Klein.
Oh.
Kenny. It's Kenny here.
So they don't have Fourth Amendment rights.
My guy.
Sweetie, we're not America. We're not under constitutional rights.
We don't have those amendments.
So they just take your blood. I mean, what did they breathalyze you and what?
And drug dogs, he said.
I'll ask you for ID.
Drug dogs. Wow.
Joe?
Meaning how? You pee in a cup?
I'll ask you for ID. You hand him your license. One will go and run it. The other one will ask you to blow in the bag, on the machine. And then, I don't know, I've never been drug tested, but apparently a lot of will get a swab off your tongue and drug test you.
It's just a little plastic
thing you drag down your tongue.
But you guys just let them do that? Like
That's how it's when you're American.
That's why.
You just let them do that?
Caroline, there's nothing to hide. It's over in 5
Amazing.
seconds. It's over in 10 seconds.
like
You're
the
going your way.
I know. It's just different. I'm just kind of amazed.
And I don't
They
know
say that over
violated
here.
or
They want to
I
search
don't
your car.
stood on.
They say if you got nothing to hide, then you'll let us search your car. That nothing to hide argument is not a good fucking argument. at all.
Well,
You guys have a good night.
Hey, Bucky.
Well, one of the reasons, the thing is, like, one of the reasons they asked to search your car is once again Second Amendment. So, because Joe, the reason being is more cops get killed on traffic stops in the US than anywhere else in the world.
Well, they get hit by cars.
They get shot.
Yes, most of those are accidents. So like
Accidents.
the vast percentage of my accidents, deaths at home, all
You didn't listen to me. I
Oh,
said
sorry.
the majority of police deaths are caused at traffic stops. And it's
Yes,
either
I agree.
shooting, or they get hit by another car. But
It's majority of the car part. It's that stuff.
Car accidents.
Yeah.
It's actually shooting.
Let's see if
No,
W drive.
no, I'm sure this one. They get I've looked at this recently and often. The majority of the police deaths, although they are
Car
thought to
accidents.
be from shooting and are classified as in the line of duty, it's from car accidents, deaths at their home, at other places. Those account for the majority.
G'day, Kenny.
Oh, how you doing, Kenny? And
Hey,
what's
Jimmy,
good?
how
Where
are you?
Good, buddy.
Hey, Kenny,
I'm doing all
with all
right.
due respect, I was kind of blowing you a few minutes ago, so I wanted you to come up.
Did
and,
he hear us talking about him?
I don't think he did. I don't think he
No,
heard.
what? You are talking about me?
I
What
was,
was being said? Bad things, right?
Sancho was saying that you're his homosexual life mate. You guys have known each other since high school sweethearts.
See if W said she
Sancho,
wanted to give
why are you giving away my secrets?
Yeah.
Why are you giving away my secrets, Sancho?
I don't. I kiss and tell, my guy.
I kiss and tell.
Man, Sancho, that Playgirl comment was in private, bro. You weren't supposed to be going telling these
I
type of
doxed
things.
him
Come
because
on.
of it. I doxed him because of the Playboy comment.
CFW, hello, good to see you.
Kenny, I can ask you some of the shit we talked about for real. I was curious about. They were saying you do a panel and you call it down the middle. All good things, by the way. Whatever dumb shit I was saying, all good things. And I was wondering, do you ever do any activism shit in any form? It ain't got to be that cop watch audit shit, but are you on the ass of the government? I bet you're doing something.
Sancho, out here, I think there's another thing that's.
Wait, I was asking Kenny a question.
Sorry, Joe.
Shit,
I
you
thought
awesome
finished.
step over.
Sorry, buddy. I thought you finished.
I was asking Kenny a
my
question.
bad. My bad.
I like to.
Uh-oh.
I do like to go to city council meetings. I like to sit in on those. I do go to my local police stations and I'll inform them on and I'll tell you one thing: cops do not like it when they think you're trying to tell them how to do their job. They hate
I
that.
agree.
That's never my intention when I go in there, but that's always how it's perceived.
Right, I'm
It's
trying
always
to help.
it's always perceived like I'm trying to tell them how to do their job, and they try and ID me, and it's ridiculous. Like, no, dude, look, I just want to ask you guys some questions because stuff like that. Also, I do a lot of volunteer work. I help out with veterans and all that. Like I did some cooking today. I just try to help out as much as I possibly can because we all need a helping hand at one point. I'm really into activism for the homeless community because I at one point was homeless at one point, so I know exactly how that feels, and I want to help out as many people as I possibly can.
Hey, you should have Joe on your show.
Oh, Kenny.
I think you should have Joe on your show, Kenny.
Sancho.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Getting back out here, it's also
I would like to
made
have Joe on the show.
very clear to us when we get our license or renew our licenses or whatever, at any time, police can pull you up 24/7. If you don't like it, don't bother getting your fucking license.
Wow.
So, Miss CFW, I'm gonna hit. So, Miss CFW,
Wow.
I'm going to hit a little close to home with this next body cam footage. It's a short.
Driving is a privilege, not a right out here.
Wow, that's so different.
Yeah. All right, so let's go 2016. Tony Tempa. Does anyone know this case?
Oh, I did Tony Tempa. I did a story on him.
Did you?
Yeah.
So you got a little insight in this.
Yeah.
So have you seen the body cam before?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah.
Anyone offended, it's 2 in the morning my time, so it's definitely late your time. So we're getting a little older audience only, hopefully. So the biggest question we're going to have after this video is how do we think the police responded? Did they do anything wrong? And what should have been
I'm going to mute because I don't.
and what should have been done differently. So let's play the body cam. CFW, I'm going to let you go first, but let's kind of jump in. And
I'm not going to go first because I've seen this. And I was
so
real
let's.
close to it.
All right, let's go. He called 911 for help. He's off his mental health. He called 911.
You got any name on him or anything?
Just Tony's the only thing we can get.
Help
me!
Tony!
Hey, get on the ground.
No, you're gonna kill me. You're gonna kill me. You're gonna kill me.
So the private security guards handcuffed him. 3-year battle, court records, judging the whole nine to acquire this. So it was released last year.
Tony.
Relax, man. No. Get you some help, Tony. Relax, man. Stay down. Tony.
All right. So what do we think about the body language now, guys? As far as like Tony and how he's responding so far.
Exactly.
So far,
like
the
last
police
cat,
seem
he's,
okay.
tripping balls.
He's tripping balls, Joe. Okay, Mrs. All right, hey, let Jimmy go.
So far, the police seem okay.
Do we have an issue, Borgie?
Well, he's obviously, yeah. I think at the moment they seem to be trying to get him to calm down. So I don't have an issue with it at this point in time. No.
He's tripping, Morgie. Say he's tripping.
Just keep him down. That's too much. Stop it.
13 minutes. Restrained for 13
They
minutes. So
found him for 13 minutes.
So let's pause here, Morgie. 13 minutes. What do you think about that?
Well, if he's detained, okay. So you've got to look at it from this point of view. Were they waiting for the EMT so that they can come and help? He was obviously a danger to himself. We don't know how close to a roadway he is, and it looked like if he was going to get up, he was going to run, and he could run into traffic. I don't know what the controversial position is. At the moment, he's being restrained for 13 minutes. There could be a number of reasons why that has happened. So let's keep going and find out what it is.
Let me say what I think is going to be. I think it's going to end up that they put their body weight on him for the whole 13 minutes. Any sane person should know the person won't be able to breathe with 3 grown men on their backs and on their bodies. I think it's going to turn out to be that.
Yes,
okay. Well,
he should be restrained, but you can't stand on his back the whole time.
All right. Hey, you're okay. You're okay. You're okay.
Yacht Club in Rockwall. That's supposed to be
Rockwall.
Hey, Tony. I'm trying to help you out, man. Just relax.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to change the cuffs. Okay. That way we don't have to worry about it once he's up.
Yeah.
So are they worrying about returning the cuffs to the security guard people?
Yes.
Yes.
That's a problem.
Yes.
And the security guards should not have cuffed him.
Do you think it was in their juris? I mean,
I'm
were
not
they?
sure. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. but
Fiction?
They're not wrong yet. They're fixing to be.
So okay. Green Oaks contact special. It's a sedative they use. Sort of like the ketamine, right?
Green Oaks cocktail special.
Oh.
That's what she said.
Put him down like this because they had him just sitting down. He's like rolling, pulling. And I was like, ah, you're not ready yet.
Yeah, he got his full body weight on him.
Yeah.
Tony, take. Yeah, he took some.
So what's the plan? HMFIC out here, sir.
We're going to, if they'll strap him to a gurney, one of y'all.
Well, they can drive you back. I'll drive the ambulance.
They're joking. Big joke.
Yeah, they're not putting all the jokes on there. They did.
They put a lot of jokes on there.
Mm-hmm. They took some of it out.
You all right, bud? You gonna be all right? Is he acknowledging no more? Oh, I thought he nodded yes to your question. Tony.
He's been gone for.
Tony.
Be quiet while we kill you. Stop moving while we kill you. Don't fight back while we kill
Tony.
you.
What the fuck?
Is he asleep? Yeah, he's snoring. That's what it was.
Yeah, he's asleep.
Oh, they're doing a sedative as he's up.
Tony.
So they're doing it to a dead man right now.
Back to school.
Time for school.
Now, health-wise, would that bring him back if he was dead, or they? So they still thought he was sleeping.
No, ketamine knocked you out.
So they still thought he was sleeping when he was
I don't
dead.
know
So
why
they
they
didn't.
went ketamine.
So they didn't do CPR. They didn't try to resuscitate him at all.
Right. Apparently not.
Mm-mm.
They're more worried about their safety. Make sure he's out.
And cracking jokes and saying.
Now wait till you see them trying to cover their asses.
Oh, I gotta go out.
That's the cops talking.
Next day, you can't be late.
Tony.
We bought you new shoes for the first day of school. Come on.
Made breakfast, scrambled eggs, favorite.
With waffles.
Waffles.
Fruity, tutti, fruity waffles.
No.
think he's out cold now.
That's all the cops talking.
Oh no, he just got quiet.
All of a
sudden, just whoop. The Narcan.
Oh, there he comes.
A Narcan, okay. To
But he'll take
counteract whatever.
The green cocktail they gave him.
Maybe this is to counteract that.
Well, they gave a dead man a sedative.
They suffocated him is what they did. The guy sitting right there. on
Yeah,
top.
he's still suffocated.
Oh, the Green Oaks cocktail, like
Wow, they still think he's alive and they're cutting jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Is he knocked out or he ain't dead, is he?
Nah, he just moved.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Oh, go free. He didn't just die down there, did he?
Whoa!
I don't think he did.
Is he breathing?
He's my man. I like him. He trying to be sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I didn't kill him.
Oh, they're laughing. Look at that face. Look.
Hang on. Hold it there.
Go ahead.
Now you've got trained EMTs and they're not checking him out either. They've lifted him. They've given him a sedative. They didn't bother to check his airways, and they've put him on a gurney. So who is lack of care here as well? These guys.
I thought as well. I thought you were trying to clear the cops. I was saying
No.
In fact, the cop was trying to get his freaking pulse and shit, and they whisked him away without checking and staying.
Wait, there's still more though.
First.
There's still more.
Listen, Morgie is my pit bull. Since I get the biggest raw bone possible, like this video, to fire her up, and she's guided. Morgie, what do you think about this smile on the screen?
Sorry, what smile?
That smile from that
Top
officer
right.
at the top
Upper
right.
right-hand corner.
I'm not sure what's it in context with at this point in time. So
I wanted your opinion on the fact that he's smiling.
Oh, right now, dude, just when he said, "I hope I didn't kill him," and the officer smiled and started laughing.
Sancho, that officer on the back would have known the second he's out cold or that he would have gone limp. He would have stopped resisting.
That angers me. This
Picked it
guy,
up right then.
This guy in the top right, Morgie, angers me.
So why stay on top of him?
If
Yeah.
a body's dead, if a body's gone limp, or if it's out, it's unconscious, it goes limp.
yeah, it's not like I mean, you should be able to feel him breathing underneath you.
Exactly. Now, if he was too busy ass fucking around with his mates
Oh, wait.
to take notice of it.
Fuck
Oh,
me.
that was dope. That was
Fuck
dope.
me.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
sorry. My logo is blocking the guy's face. I'm a fucking
Yeah.
idiot.
Yeah, sorry, that's why I can't see exactly what's going on.
Ah, you see that face right there?
Okay, well that's not probably in this situation. I don't think it's appropriate, but there you go.
Hope I didn't kill him.
All this weird shit. I love how this became a we. Yeah. We ain't friends.
So it wasn't until the they got him in the ambulance.
He's not breathing?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Fire. Oh. He ain't breathing, bro.
We all put on some gloves, chest compressions.
Fuck. He ain't breathing.
So he was fighting and then just gave up.
Hey, I've got his mom on the phone, and she knows all this stuff.
He's dead.
He's what?
Poor mom.
He's dead.
I know, right?
Hey, Sancho.
Yep.
Sancho.
see that?
He's dead.
He's dead.
When I'm doing security, Sancho, I'm legally allowed to restrain. And what we do, we'll hold them down. If they calm down and don't resist, we'll just put our hands on them. We'll take all the weight off. If they struggle, then we put it on again.
That
Until they calm
sounds
down.
logical to me.
And then
Certainly
if
when
they,
the
if they
motherfuckers
calm
stop
down
struggling.
again, we just keep our hands there and take the weight off. And we'll keep doing it. If they stay calm, we just keep our hands there. If
I
they
love
struggle,
good cops.
put
I
the
don't
weight
like
there.
bad cops.
And I don't know why that cop didn't do that. All of them.
Sancho, what is the
they suffocated
difference
him.
between a good cop and a bad cop?
Abuse of power, attitude, following procedure and not following procedure, being a shitty human being.
All right, these are all bad cops, obviously. And so we're clear, the guy, the good cop that saves a kid from a burning building on Monday, on Tuesday, if he goes back to ignoring his fellow officers, letting reports and that don't really describe what happened on the scene, letting that shit fly, not reporting it, letting misbehavior go, or even worse, participating in misbehavior. Those things make him a bad cop, right? If the next day
Right.
he does that.
Right. Well, how long is he doing it? Is it a 1-for-1, or is it one versus dozens and dozens of
Dozens of times he saved
It's
babies.
overwhelming. It's over. Well, dozens of times he does what?
I'm saying if you give him dozens of times saving babies, but still every day he's ignoring the reports and being not being a good cop, in my
Booze.
opinion.
Now that guy died. But Sancho in the chat.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah, he died.
He died. I mean, I would need to see an example of that, but is it a 50-50? Then we decide if he's a good cop or a bad cop? I think it's a lot more distinguishable than a 50-50 policy.
I would agree. That's what I'm asking you. Is there really such a thing as a good cop, bad cop? It doesn't seem possible. Both all or damn near all must be both. By at least here in America. I don't know about over there.
I know a lot of cops who follow procedure, don't become a nuisance, do the law and follow the law, and they're good cops. And there's no like shovel looking for something they're doing wrong. It's everything you see is good because I know the guy
disagree.
personally.
The other thing. Sorry.
When you agree to be a cop, you agree to do bad things to harm the general public. Just because your policy says you can do this or do that, too many things overstep the boundaries of cops. For instance, you have to give a ticket to a homeless person. Now you're putting him in jail. He can't
Ooh, big
afford to
time.
pay no fucking ticket, but he's just doing his job. Is just following his policy. There are a million things cops do like that before they even realize they're crossing a line.
Yeah, yeah. The problem with that, though, is there is a certain amount of discretion a
Oh
cop is
shit,
allowed.
my phone probably gonna die. Just letting y'all know this motherfucker don't look like you got it much longer. Go ahead.
Yeah, you've got to remember also there's a certain level of discretion, and you've also got to remember that police are human as well.
I do
Okay?
remember both.
Okay, so
Yes.
they're going to make mistakes. They're going to, and I think when you see things like this, you start seeing where policing actually does go wrong. You're seeing jaded cops because they're sitting there making jokes about the guy on the ground.
I would agree.
So you've got jaded cops who've obviously seen this once before. They're not trained in this kind of thing, and this is where if you're going to start sourcing police forces properly, you need to have that. You need to have that level of expertise as far as psychiatrists or or training to
Yeah.
handle these situations a lot better. It's really the problem is in these situations the cops are not trained to deal with these kind of situations, and this is
I
why
agree too. By the way, I agree.
yeah, and this is why these things keep happening.
Sad.
From what I can see, there was no malice in it, but they didn't because they were fucking around, because they're jaded,
Yeah,
because they're not
somebody
properly
said that
trained.
earlier, right? I think it was Kenny that said they over there dicking off with their buddies.
Yeah.
That would have to stop. And a little simple things like if he's not resisting, you cannot keep your body weight on him type shit. Little shit would have saved this guy's life.
Yeah, but the thing is, the other thing is that they're not, as I was saying, they don't know how to handle a patient who
Agreed.
does not have, who is in mental distress. Okay.
I agree.
The other problem is you don't know what he's on. You don't know if he's taken something. You don't know what his strength is.
Hey, Morgie. And the next day they're gonna have to be a marriage counselor. The next day they're gonna be on someone's porch playing marriage counselor.
Yeah.
So let's look at the update on this. Two officers.
It took them a long time to release this video. That was a big problem too.
Police officers received criminal indictments after the death of a man in their custody. Another officer is expected to face the same charge. RC Pickett live along Mockingbird.
I thought no cops get charged, Joe.
Oh, I'm about to say I'm down.
What
I'm
now?
happy. This
What
is
now?
all. Hey, Sancho. This is because I set that restaurant on fire. That's
Near Harry Hines tonight, where Tony Timpa died.
Right at this very spot, well over a year ago, August 2016, he was apparently high on drugs. Police were here to respond, to try to deal with the situation. Details indicate, Kaylee, that they had him pinned down at this location, face down for over 15 minutes. And so the grand jury took a look at this. They see this video. Apparently there's surveillance video and body cam video of all the actions, and they determined the actions of those officers contributed to this man's death.
Okay, so it
Please help
contributed.
me.
Yeah, that's
Please
obvious.
don't kill me, over and over and over and over and over. And they just laughed at him and they pushed their knee in his back harder and harder.
Vicky Timpa's son is dead. Tony Timpa died at this spot in August of 2016. The death report indicates drug use and physical restraint caused his death. The restraint involved these men. A grand jury indicted Dallas police officer Danny Vasquez and Sergeant Kevin Mansell. The charge is deadly conduct.
The autopsy plainly and simply determined this was a homicide.
The attorney for Tony Timpa's mother outlined actions by 3 DPD officers in a civil suit.
I'm with
The
you.
night they
First time
responded to
hearing that.
Tony's 911 call for help. Timpa was apparently in a drug-induced panic. While handcuffed, police body cams recorded the actions and statements of police. That grand jury viewed that video, and now these officers are accused of recklessly causing the death of the man who called for help.
The public integrity unit of the district attorney's office drew that conclusion. Otherwise, they wouldn't have even presented this matter.
They knew what they were doing when they did that, and they laughed and they made fun of him.
That's the worst part.
My son, he called 911 for help. He didn't do anything wrong, and they killed him.
Yeah,
They
it
killed
wasn't
my son.
intentional. It wasn't intentional.
As Timpa tells us, she believes police were...
Say it again.
It's not intentional. It wasn't intentional, but this is what I'm saying. It's shows that they are not trained to handle these kind of situations.
Not even close. It is the worst form of negligence. Common sense tells you can't be on a motherfucker back. They've been trained to do that. It's even worse.
In
But
an
they're making
arrest,
fun of them too.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying, and this is where the jading comes in. This is where seeing too much of this stuff comes in. This is where you need to reallocate policing funds to be able to get people in who can cover this kind of stuff. But you've got to remember also that there is a partial blame on the EMTs who didn't pick it up when they picked him up.
I don't want to sound controversial, but is there partial blame on him for having cocaine in his system?
Well, there's partial blame on him too, but we don't know.
No. Partial blame that he died for having cocaine in his system.
No, I didn't say.
He
I
didn't
didn't say that.
accidentally die. Man,
It contributed. It contributed. Okay, it contributed. But the other thing is, we don't know. Hang on.
But you had to have both things to make him die.
Yeah, it contributed. So you've got the EMTs who didn't pick up that he had passed or he was just about to. We don't. So there's that. There's the fact that, as Kenny and Jimmy pointed out, he wasn't releasing on a regular basis, and they didn't check when he did. And the problem is, I think that, you know, when you do have situations with drugs and some kind of mental illness, they can just suddenly, as the cop said, they can just surrender and they'll just lie there until help comes if they think that, you know, they can't do any more. I don't know. I don't think it was intentional. Do I think it was right? No. I think the cop needed to be a little bit more aware. But this is where I'm saying it's got to be either more training, or you take those kinds of situations and have another unit that deal with that kind of stuff.
I
There
see
were
a lot
so
of
many people there. There's so many people there. That's what was amazing to me, that somebody didn't say, "Hey, get off his back." There's so many people there. Nobody spoke up.
And that's what I'm saying. They're not trained. They're not trained.
I
They're not
think
trained.
that
They're
some
not
of
trained
those
to
people
recognize.
there should be healthcare professionals that work alongside the police and go to different calls. I think that's a
They're
good
blue
way.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have a unit based at every station that will handle something like that. So that have your mental health professionals or your counselors or whoever it is that can they can either they can be there within a couple of minutes to try and see whether or not they can help, and then they call the shots, not the cops.
Ooh, that would be cool.
That's important. They have to be like that, right?
That would be cool if they let the paramedic take over instead of the cop.
Yeah.
And you knew that situation was going to get bad from the beginning. I mean, we saw the look on one of the officers' eyes when he just looked at his partner, kind of like, what the fuck do we do with this situation? He just kind of had that deer in the headlights look. Knew it was going to be bad right from there, and it just kept getting worse. And like Morgan, how you were saying, how a lot of cops do end up getting jaded, and they didn't know how to deal with the situation. They were making fun of the fact that he was high this week. Oh, he's just high. We're going to take him in. This is just another day on the job.
That means they do that every day. That means they do that.
They don't do that every day, though. No.
No.
That
The
doesn't
joking
necessarily
part.
mean they
The
do that every
joking
day.
part.
Yeah, but that's also a coping mechanism as well.
Yes, yes.
So
I
you've got to
agree.
remember that that's a stress release and a coping mechanism. It's
Yes,
like
yes.
it's like when like soldiers do. You know, there's a load of
Yes, it's damn
joking
near
around.
understandable. Yes.
Yeah, it takes away the stress, and that
Yes.
there again, that joking around shows that they didn't know what to do.
Boom.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with
And
everything I
and that's
took
what
out.
that's the most important thing I took away from that video was it is not we do not need to defund the police. We need to reallocate these funds to help the police handle situations like this,
That's
so
what
something like
defund
this
means.
never
That's what
ever
defund
happens
means.
again.
That's what it means. It
No,
means
they defunding they wanted to go into programs that aren't for the police. I'm talking about police like hire some training in social work and maybe send their officers to school to become social workers, mental health workers, so they know how to deal with these situations.
okay, I
When
agree
they're
with
talking
all
about
those
defund the
things.
police,
I think I agree with all
they're talking
those.
about
Yes, I agree with all those things, as well as take away some of their money, stop hiring those cats, and put that money toward healthcare professionals
Yeah.
that will work alongside them and go out on these calls and actually know some about marriage counseling and people who are awful high on shit that will that can actually help, as opposed to just a guy showing up that can only make shit worse.
We have a special medical police force stationed all around. Like I
That
think there's
type of
2.
shit.
We do.
Yes.
They have a truck with all the equipment on it and everything, and they're actually cops, but they're trained paramedics too.
That type of shit.
Yeah. So if you reallocate and the funding and you get these people in, you will probably find that the policing costs will actually go down if you put the correct.
Yes, baby.
But then those people won't be making money off them. That's
Well,
another thing.
well,
So many people
well,
make money off the police here.
Well, they're not making, they're not making money off the police. Something that you don't understand is that the police don't see any of that money. It goes to the state.
No, I'm talking like what I'm talking about. How you make money off of them is like the people that sell equipment to them, the people that do the training. They all make money off the police.
Oh, but that's just standard. That's also, I mean, you've got
Business.
large law enforcement and I think half of America's contractors are all based on security based. You seem to have
You're right about that.
Yeah, I think that was our second largest source of income was along that line. The security, prisons, jails, all that shit.
No, we're talking about the supplies along with it. So you look at guns alone.
Oh man.
You look at just the firearms alone, and how many of those are handed out. Then you've got your specialized equipment. Look at your radios. Look at your body armor. Look at your.
Yes. Every cop here has it too, by
And
the
in
way.
dry cleaning, they even put the dry cleaning bill.
Yeah, the tasers.
The gas bill from driving
Yeah,
our
the
cars.
tasers, the cars, the radios for the cars.
And then they make money off the people that do the breathalyzers and the ankle bracelet people.
Which is weird to me that they ticket you and push these cops to make more money off of you when you're already paying their salaries. They're good. Why is it? That's what the taxes are for. Why is it I got to pay twice every time you catch me? Why is a ticket $150 and it doubles after I don't know how many hours or days?
I'll tell you why, Joe. I'll tell you exactly why, Joe. It's to dissuade you from doing that again.
Well, if that's the case, just stab me. Right? I mean, that'll dissuade me, right? Why not stab me? That logic does not hold.
But the problem is
the punishment does not fit the crime.
it's the poor people that.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Sid.
No, it's like the poor people. They choose their electric bill over the ticket. I mean, things are so tight. They don't offer them any kind of relief as far as a payment plan.
Right. But
and so they decide they go, okay, well, I'm just going to not pay it, and maybe I can get by. Maybe I'll get caught up where I can't pay it later.
Yes, you force them into making those decisions.
Yeah.
Well, we've actually you can actually, if you have financial problems here and you get a ticket, you can actually arrange to have it paid off at $5 a week.
Well, if they would have that here, everybody would be paying their tickets, but they want those tickets to go into warrant because they make more money.
No, you can actually go as low as $5 a week if you've got a ticket.
That would be great.
They double after 3 days, I think, here in Chicago,
Like
and
that.
they're already outrageous.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a $300 ticket. It could be a $240 ticket. But if you're
Yes.
having financial hardship,
Yes,
you can take it down to $5 a week.
that's
Or
dope.
I think even $5 a fortnight.
It's gotta be like that. That's only fair.
Yeah, because people aren't educated enough to know how to go take care of it either, or make
That's true
payment
too.
plans.
Yes.
Or then if you don't have a car and you're having to and you have kids, and then you're having to take a bus downtown to your court date, and then that court date gets moved, and then
They'd have to
they don't.
take care
It's
of
hard
it
for them
at
to
the court.
understand it.
They'd have to take care of it at the
You
court.
got to find sitters because you can't let kids come into the courtroom, and if you're a single
That's
mom
what
or
I'm
whatever,
saying.
they
While
just
you
make it
there
hard.
that one time, it would be incumbent upon them to take care of it then. They'd have to say, listen, this ticket that you just lost is $250. If you can't cover it, man, give me a call. We'll take care of it. We'll put you on a payment plan. You ain't got to leave the crib. We'll do it over the phone.
Right. But they don't do that.
So here's a question for you. I noticed that in the federal buildings, a lot of the federal buildings, I don't know what it's like in your state buildings, but they have things like creches for workers' kids. Now, if you have to go to court, and they decide to reallocate funds, would things like a daycare for kids for the court, just for a few hours, would that help? Or could you allocate for things like that? Would you like
That
to
would
see
be
your money do
smart.
that?
I would love
That
to
would be
see
very
that,
smart.
and they do not even consider things like that. In fact, they give you a ridiculous amount of court dates before your real date even happens. To them,
Exactly.
it's nothing.
So if there was a small childcare center within the courthouse itself, that would help.
Yes, and we would love them more, right? We would
Yeah.
connect with them and respect them more if they did shit like that.
Okay, well, there's an idea for you could put forward when they start to ask for reallocation of funds. You could put
Good
here
girl,
something like that.
yes, good girl.
Good suggestion, Morgie. That was a good suggestion.
Yeah.
Just the people that make the laws have never been homeless, have never had to make the decision whether to pay the electric bill or the ticket, and it's just
And
they
even
don't have
worse,
any empathy. They don't have any empathy.
Yeah, I was gonna say even worse, they get that attitude. I did it; they could do it too.
And it's almost like they
then
make them.
and then they have no feeling or emotion. They don't care how
They
bad
lose
what a
it.
nigga going through.
Right, but you guys gotta look at it from this way. As advocates like you two are, you might not want to work with politicians, but you only have one fucking way of this getting changed, and that's politicians. You don't have a choice.
At some point, but it was Confucius who said, Confucius. He say politics will never work until politicians become philosophers or philosophers become politicians. Now, that second one, or philosophers become politicians, that means, in my opinion, we got to get rid of all the politicians, everybody along that path, and philosophers, which simply means the quest for the truth. They must become the new leaders.
That's the break we're having. Is the only way to put the basketball through the hoop is by taking the basketball and putting it through the hoop. We know how to fix it. It's getting that bridge gap in order to get it fixed.
I agree. That's a huge part of it. I'm sorry, I mean chocolate chip cookies. That's a huge part.
But we don't have enough. We don't have a majority yet of people believing that there needs to be a change. That's a big problem too.
If you have the numbers, you have to utilize them.
You've got the numbers. You've just seen the protests. What you need to do now is motivate the people to take it.
Oh, that was dope, girl. That was dope. Fucking
you have the numbers.
No, I think for every protester out there was 10,000 people sitting at home saying that why are they protesting?
Hold on, isn't it true, Morgie? Out of sight, out of mind. You have the numbers. Strike it while it's hot.
Yes.
Yeah. What you need to do now is those people that showed up at the protest, you've got to put forward to. You need to motivate. You've got to
guide them.
You've got exactly. So you get them back out to the protests and go, okay, we want to see these funds allocated, and this is where where would you like to see them allocated?
What are we thinking if we ain't doing that?
Okay, so Bruce brought up something really that I wasn't aware of, but it's actually a really good idea as well. So for people who are homeless who end up with fines, like I said, we can go down to $5 a week or $5 a fortnight to pay things off. But Bruce was saying in the chat that you could also do community service to pay off those fines.
Yeah, so.
But you have to have a ride to and from. You have to have someone watch your kids.
Oh yeah.
Hang on. Different kinds of community service. So if you're homeless, maybe you can do some community service around the homeless area.
Yes.
So you know, it doesn't need to be a massively state sponsored.
Yes.
Thing where
Yes. Good girl.
Okay. So if you've got guys who've got a bunch of people who are who are homeless and are living in certain areas, maybe you can have them
feed the homeless like in Colorado, right? Look, in Colorado, some of them homeless people, let's say they had to pay off a fine, they could be helping janitor on them weekends. That's community service.
Yeah, that's true. But a lot of the fines that they get are bogus, and they just are from the macho man, you know.
All the funds they get are misused and never go where they're supposed to go.
It's such a big problem with the homeless too, is because a lot of them get government checks, but we don't have any housing for them.
No, yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Hang on, let me finish, because what I'm trying to think of is, because they are homeless, and one of the biggest problems is hygiene. If you put them into community service and you give them the basics just to clean up the areas.
Yeah.
So it's part of the community service. If you don't do it, you will go to jail, okay? Because you won't be paying your fine off. Then you can, by doing that, you motivate the rest of the people in the camp to start looking at it. All you're doing is basically giving back resources and allowing people to do it themselves.
I agree.
You put it down as community service. Now, by doing that, the health improves, and you can start getting people, and maybe you can start advocating for getting, large detachable wash blocks in certain areas. So you know, they may not have a house yet, but you give them the hygiene. We've got
yes, that's brilliant.
In my town, we've got a bunch of guys that converted a couple of vans, and they put washing machines and dryers in them, and they go round to the homeless camps or the homeless areas, they usually do it on a night where the soup kitchens come in. We'll call them soup kitchens, but the soup kitchens come in, and they get to wash all their clothes as well. So we can arrange for things like that. It's not hard.
The bathroom as well, like a small mobile home or something where they can go and take a shower if they need it. Yeah.
Yep. So
give them toiletries and shit.
Yep. So you get toiletries and stuff like that. So you've got an ablutions block or something, and everybody can have a shower. They're getting their clothes, even if it's just once a week. But at least they're getting something done, and maybe that.
Sorry? At least once a week would be good to start.
At least once a week. So they've got clean clothes, they've got a shower, and as long as they've got that, then they've got a chance of getting out and getting a job.
And Morgie, check this out. With what you were saying earlier, they also have a chance to do more community service as opposed to going to jail. You know, we got a van that goes around. You could help do that. We do the shower shit, and we got to deliver these toothbrushes. You know, some of these people, you could help me pass them out. I mean, I give them a million opportunities to join and play an active role before I, even threaten them when you got to get locked up. All these are also opportunities to do the other shit that you were just talking about, that you just got me thinking about hard.
No.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. I agree with everything you're saying, Morgie, but you also remember in almost every city there are places where homeless can get showers, where they can get the food, they can get the clothes, they can get the hygiene products. The problem with the homeless are a majority of them have some sort of mental illness. And
Okay,
that's
I
the issue. A
excluded
lot of them
them through the
don't want to
gate.
get
I
better.
excluded them through the gate. I didn't want to discuss them. I excluded them through the gate. And what Morgie
But the
said is
majority of them
important.
are
It's
mental
coming
ill.
to, I know, but excluding them. Let's just talk about the ones that are not.
Not
The
very many
ones
that
that are
are.
mentally ill, you got no business putting them in jail, giving them fines and shit anyway. So I didn't even want to go over there. But so the ones who are not mentally ill, Morgie said that her shit that was important was the shit's coming to them. You're finding them, and in CFW with the court shit, you tell them immediately that here you have to pay this ticket. You're getting on top of it for them. Just having those things available, no one knows, and certainly no homeless motherfucker knows about them. He ain't got no internet.
Well, no, that's true. But when they go to these homeless shelters, the people who work there, they help them out. If they were seeking the help, they would get the help. The problem is they're
There's lots of
not
programs.
seeking the help.
Yes, I
There's
say they should not have
there's
to seek
hundreds of
help. You send
programs.
cops out there to hurt them, to move them along. Send them niggas, fuck them, fire them niggas, defund them niggas, and send people out there to help them and pass that shit out.
Well, Kenny, yeah, sorry, sweetie, I understand that there's the shelters as well. I'm trying, I'm trying to think this out as I'm going along, and I understand that there is a lot of homeless with mental problems. But if you start something like this, and you start getting people their dignity back by just
change things.
Just getting involved. They're getting involved again. They're getting clean. They're getting clean clothes. But they can also, if you look at it from that point of view too, you could also have them looking out for the people who are more vulnerable, those that do have mental illness, that have mental illness. Get
yes,
for somebody like yourself.
Yes.
Get the veterans.
Morgie, you are wise, Chuck. You are wise. This is some of the dopest shit I've heard here today.
And I agree, but the thing is, there's already those programs out there. There's church groups that go. I mean, in my city alone, there are church groups that people. If no one could go hungry here, you get 3 square meals a day if you're homeless. You can get a shower a day. You can get new clothes every day if you wanted to.
That's
I mean, it's just
but
you just have to go out there and get it.
Exactly, but we're saying the opposite, and now we're repeating ourselves. I'm saying that is the big flaw with what you're saying. We have it here, it's offered, it's available. That's different. I'm saying it's incumbent upon the community to not hurt them people the way you send cops out there. You use that same effort to go out there and help them restore their dignity. Fuck, get the cops out of there, period. I don't give a fuck if they're not seeking help. The cops don't get to play a role. You put some money toward finding them niggas. And the way you do it, if you put them in the system, that's when it happens. You get to know them. Listen, I'm going to take care of this shit. Listen, immediately you get on their side. That's what the government is supposed to be doing. All that we're going to give you fines, move along bullshit is somebody's agenda.
And they try to keep them all in one spot too, so that the other people can't see. Some people don't even know we have a homeless problem in Fort Worth.
Well, one of the things that absolutely floored me when I on my first trip to the States.
Thank you, Bruce.
Sorry, in a long time I think it was in 2000 was it 2011? It might have been 2008. It was around the time. It was around the time of the GFC, anyway. And I remember being in your neck of the woods, Dallas, and I could not believe the amount of homeless that were under the expressways.
Yes,
the homeless camps that were under the expressways. It blew my mind.
And they're dangerous. And there's a lot of crime. And women get raped.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But it was, I'm only driving through and I can see it, and there's buses, there's tents, there's cardboards, and it was like under every expressway, and these were the big expressways.
Australia's
Yes.
Australia's work for the homeless.
Here too.
Sorry, Australia's got probably a lot of homeless people more than America, really. The amount of people in America with homelessness compared to Australia, we're pretty well up the top there. We've got 116,000 people, and you've got 553,000. So a lot of people in America compared to us. Sorry.
I just read your stats. 17% Americans homeless per 100,000. 50 per 100,000. So you guys do have it more.
It's a shame. Poor people, like some of them have lost their jobs, couldn't get another job, and they end up like that.
But we suffer from the same thing you guys do as well.
Yep.
We suffer from the same thing you guys do as well. Is a large amount of ours are also mentally ill. Because we were dumb enough to close down. We used to have a very, very good mental health program.
We have in Queensland. Some places here in Queensland really look after the mentally ill. They have places where they'll combine together, live together, cook together, wash together. But they'll go to the shops and they'll do funny things and stuff.
It's getting a lot better than it was. But I'm talking about when we used to have the actual hospitals. Callan Park was a bit of a shithole, but the grounds were beautiful and they were well looked after.
Yeah.
And it was clean, and they had a place. They got meals. They had large. It's a massive property on the harbour. Absolutely massive. It was a massive, and it had been a mental facility for quite a long time, and they closed it.
What they closed it for?
Defunded.
It was. We had a very bad recession, and it was one of health was one of those things that got cut, and they kept cutting the budgets and cutting until they closed.
Yeah, instead of taking money out of their own pocket and doing something good for someone.
Right, diverting from something, because this obviously was deemed not important enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there was at that time there wasn't, there wasn't the kind of diagnoses we have now with schizophrenia and stuff like that, and depression, because it wasn't recognized. Men in those days, of course, you don't let people know that kind of thing. You're a man. There's all that kind of stuff.
Yes, there's still a standard that now women, you're so fragile. It's because you're a woman. Whatever your problem is, it's attributed to your sex.
Yeah, exactly. Men don't cry and men don't admit to this kind of thing. So there was that kind of thing in those days as well. And in Australia, of course, that was always. I don't know about your dad, Bruce, but mine was one of those blokes.
Yes,
one of those blokes.
Definitely was. Yeah, he was one of those blokes. He'd go to work crook as a dog before he'd not go to work.
Yeah,
he'd
exactly.
die.
It's that men have to be men, and men don't cry, and men
don't cry.
I'm a snag. I'm a snag now. They call them snags here for years and years, and what it is a sensitive new age guy.
Oh wow! My old man was that if you fall, hurt yourself, walk it off. If you cut your nail, dust it off, put some dirt on it. My old man, my brothers come up like that, teaching me like that.
Yeah,
right.
Walk it off. I remember hearing that one. Walk it off.
Yeah,
walk it off.
So it was that kind of mind. It was that kind of mindset. So and we didn't have that kind of going to a psychiatrist here was basically
a long way away.
Yeah, it was basically admitting you were a total fucking fruit bat.
Right. Like for the mob or something. You can never admit that shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
you have to go to cities to really see if there's something wrong with you. And then some places it's a long way away to go to a city. And then you got to wait. And it's too late by then. Some people have committed suicide.
Yeah, but if you went to if you went to a psychiatrist, you'd have to keep it very, very low. Nobody could know. If it ever got out at work, you'd be
Ostracized.
you couldn't have got, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You just don't talk about it. That was the solution. Just don't
Exactly.
talk.
You don't, out of mind, out of sight.
Yes. Hey, I'm gonna be that guy who bring up race, but that's my issue with race. Is some people actually believe, and I disagree, that a solution is just don't talk about it. Well,
Just
what
forget it.
race? That doesn't work for me. We got to figure a solution, and especially I'm not white, and every white motherfucker tell me that yes, Joe, if ain't no black nigga in the room, it's a lot of white people get real loose. I'll be like, I need y'all to speak up for me in my absence. I need y'all to do the dumb shit I do, question or be tough.
But the thing is, now that we do recognize that, we have to have the professionals to deal with it, and that's where we've fallen down. We've allowed, we're diagnosing things. We now know what's wrong with people. We get people to talk about it, but we don't have enough people to cover it. It's like dealing with CPS.
Defund the police. Give them that money.
Reallocate it. Don't say defund, reallocate.
Yes, defund is a horrible word, isn't it? You're right.
Well, it's not that so much. It's got negative. It doesn't help things.
Negatory.
It doesn't. It's like Black
it.
Lives Matter, Black Entertainment Television. Just through the gate, I would never chose those names.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah.
But so it has a negative connotation. If you say reallocate, it means it gives you a little bit more of bargaining.
It's a better chosen word.
Bargaining space. Yeah, it's a choice word.
It's more descriptive
more
than defund. Defund is a trigger word, like Black Lives Matter. I would have known that that's going to trigger.
Yeah. So if you want to say, well, we'd like to see our reallocation of funds go to things like children's.
Yes, who can argue that, right? Children's anything. Who can argue that?
Children's
homeless, anything.
care.
Who can argue that?
Community service programs that help certain
help the homeless or the mentally ill. Yes, who can argue that?
We need housing. That's what we need mostly, just housing for them.
Definitely.
You know you're gonna get some comfortable motherfuckers where they become where the system has really worked to their advantage, saying shit like, there you go with those leftist bleeding heart ideas. Man's got to get his own. You're trying to rescue somebody, don't want to be. I mean, they got a million excuses to make you feel bad for wanting to do a good thing.
Well, what about if you use that community service and started building those small homes that Kenny, some of your veterans.
Those are necessary.
That happened in Queensland here. That the hospital, they built a new hospital, and instead of keeping the old hospital, which housed which had about 300 to 400 people you can put in there, they pulled the fucking thing out to sell to someone that can put high rises in. Instead of using that.
Yeah.
And the government said, "Oh, we couldn't afford to fund it." Fucking bullshit. Take some out of your pocket.
Yeah. So if you got you go back to community service and start carpentry and bricklaying classes.
Yes.
Okay. Training. And you take some of the state's abandoned buildings and start making those into.
But the governments, they're mentally ill though. We got to get them out there. We got to get them.
That's right.
Let's say we make it attractive. If for some reason they get
don't choose to be homeless.
Here's an option to we'll call it something other than community service. You could we'll train you. If you want to learn to lay brick, we'll pay you while you do it. Anything to get them niggas motivated, get their dignity back.
We've got that here too, Joe. We have got that.
Jeez, yo, I want to stab yo.
Yeah, mate. We've got that. We've got them where if they want to be bricklayers or concreters and stuff. I used to deliver to the places where they wanted to do that sort of thing. But it's up to the individual that wants to do it too, and they're not fully mentally
Yes,
you know,
or some that
disabled
don't
or
have
anything.
any mental handicaps.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
agreed.
Some
And
have, but a little
the
bit, but
government
they
can
learn.
fill
Yeah,
those places up and should make decent ones of their own or encourage
exactly.
other ones. That should be a thing, man.
Life
If
would
our
be
money is going to help motherfuckers, it can't keep going to just the bankers. You know, we give fucking
right.
90% of our bread to the super wealthy. You can't keep doing that shit. Big business and shit. You can't
Yeah.
keep doing that.
Give our friends, our brothers, you know, a bit of life to say that they are worth living for, and give them a job and some training,
Yes,
you know.
yes,
And
yes.
drugs. Get on their
Five,
drugs so they're not mentally ill.
Not drugs.
I'm talking just prescribed.
Yeah, but some, yeah, that's
five
right.
Yeah, but
Drugs.
percent of that money package that Trump signed, that multi-trillion-dollar shit, 5% went to us. The rest went to big business bankers and
Oh man.
corporations. Yes.
so okay, so you start slowly because, as Bruce said, some of them aren't motivated enough to do things, and Bruce said as well. So you start slowly. You start off with the ablution blocks, the being able to get your clothes clean, being able to get you clean, and that starts that dignity thing, and that starts, oh, maybe I am worth something. And then
Yeah.
you move that community service into, okay, well, let's start cleaning up the areas and let's get the camp going. And oh, okay, well, why don't we start building something? Let's start building some small homes so we've got something decent. You might even, you might be able to get some kind of solar generator going for heat and fans and electricity,
Showers.
stuff like that to run stoves or something like that. But you do it. It's not going to be overnight. But you've got to do it in small steps. You've got to have a look at your community.
That's
Then
right. You employ the communities to make the solar shit. You get them involved on every level.
yeah,
Yeah.
you get the community involved and get them to work on what they want for their community, and then slowly they'll move themselves
Yes.
out.
What they
But you
want,
give them,
right? Not
but
what
you
we
give them,
think they want. Not what we think they want. What
but you
they
give,
want.
yeah. But what you're giving them the skills then to get them out of
Yeah,
the
giving them
situation.
a love.
Yeah, it's just basic. It's the basics. Just give them the basics, and then they want to take it forward. They feel like they've got worth.
Yeah, give them a part of yourself, you know.
Yeah, give them the motivation
Right.
to do it. And like I said,
Part of
you got to do it.
yourself.
You got to do it slowly, but you can do it. You can get it done. And
Yeah,
Bruce said, give them a part of yourself.
yeah,
yeah,
exactly,
that's what you got to do. Yep.
exactly. And I mean,
Yeah.
you can get and then you can get those apprenticeships. But get them into I see all these abandoned
Society.
buildings,
Yeah.
that you could convert into apartments for families and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it only has to be a temporary fix. It doesn't have to be something major, just until
You
Dad
give them their
get enough.
dignity and show them all these different opportunities, and these
Definitely.
opportunities abound everywhere because now you got all these new positions opening that these
Yeah.
motherfuckers could be helping, all the way down to the homeless shit we talked about, helping at the fucking table, all the
Yeah.
way up to you could be in there helping make those fucking solar windows that we got
That's
people
right.
installing. You can go to the school and learn how to install them. You got
Yep.
options.
Yeah.
Making window frames
Yeah.
window frames aren't rocket science. Even those with slight mental illness could be able,
Yes, could
you know,
in some
do
way,
things
yes.
like that. And so you could get a homeless community with mental illness, and you allocate jobs that you think that they would be able to do, and that
Yes.
interests them.
Again, if we're not
Gardening is
giving
one
away
good.
all of our fucking money, we could have afforded to do that shit 50 times over.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
So
in the banks, I don't know about over there, but here in America, when we make money, we put it in the bank and we pay them to hold it, as opposed to any civilized or a person would put it in the bank and gain interest. We pay them because they're going to use it to make loans and blah, blah, blah. You pay us. But no, because we are run by the bankers, this is par for the course.
Yeah.
Well, we've just had a big bank reform thing here, and it's getting bigger. The banks are actually starting to lose their power here. They still have it, but they're not getting away with as much as they used to get away with. Like shitty insurance schemes and that they add on to things, and
Yes.
all those little tiny things that you don't see or you don't realize and stuff like that. They've had to pay billions back recently here.
That's dope. You got
they
it
ripped
anywhere.
us off. Yeah.
They were ripping us off, and they're paying for it, and they're paying big for it. And and this is where you start taxing the wealthy and the corporate.
Yes, good girl.
2% of their yearly profits have to go directly to the community for things like shelters for the homeless, mental health.
Yes, good
I'm just
girl.
looking socially awkward as well, talking in there. Sorry,
What's up,
guys.
socially awkward? What's good? Good. What's up, guy?
That's where government should be helping people that do have, illnesses that they are fighting to.
It's really not government's job to take care of people. It's people's job to take care of people.
Yeah, we do
I would
that
agree.
anyway.
I would agree. Yes, I would
Well,
agree. But since the government is stealing our money, I want my money to go to the people as opposed to the bank.
Nonprofits.
And the thing is also, if you are a consumer of these people's products, then should they not be giving, instead of the loyalty card or something? Wouldn't you prefer to see 2% of their yearly profits go back into the community
I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's 2% of their tax dollar goes back into the community to fund things for that state or whatever it is, wherever they've got their headquarters.
Yeah,
because I've got friends that run a lot of places. They run Alcoholics Anonymous. Now they take it all out of their own pocket. They do it for themselves, to make them happy, to make other people happy. They just love that smile on the face of someone.
I got
that's got-
buddies do that as well. Yeah,
It's beautiful. It really is.
Yeah, well, if they can charge us, Bruce, like 2% for the disaster relief,
Yep.
out of our taxes, why can't corporates be taxed 2% to go back into the community? I think that would only be fair, So
yeah.
All right, guys.
Sorry. Yep.
I'm gonna do a 2-minute wrap up with everybody. I'm gonna give everybody 2 minutes.
Oh
It's,
my man, I was gonna tell you, I need to be calling this girl before she beat me to death.
I'm getting old, man. It's 3 hours already. I don't know if I don't remember any of y'all when I started this 3 hours ago. Okay, so don't fuck with me. So I'm gonna give y'all 2 minutes each, but I kind of want to first start off with a little bit of an announcement. We have an important announcement. We have some exciting news. Exciting news. There has been a lot of people requesting this. And we are going to have a collaboration between El Sancho and Dick Family's Values. We are already working on a video. Dick Family Values and I are working behind the scenes already. We have a amazing idea that we're working on. Nobody is safe. I will say that right now. Nobody is safe. And that means you too, Bruce, even though you are my guy. But I'm just saying, there is a project being worked on that I am very excited about. And I look forward to working with them. I think they're a group of talented people.
I would agree with that.
I'd be looking
That's
forward
pretty
to
good because none of you guys are going to see each other.
it.
We don't need to see each other to collaborate. We don't. I'm collaborating with Bucket Boy on a rally. I'm helping Liberty Bird out with a rally. I need to call him. And I mean, we're like collaborations are a good thing. It's always a good thing. Like Kenny and I are gonna like collaborate on something. I'm sure it's gonna happen.
Jones guy is overseas in London somewhere. The guy who helps her make all her bid. He does all the shit, and she's the idea person.
Yeah.
Guys, I gotta go.
Thank you for having us, Sancho. Thank you.
Joe, is there anything you want to plug?
Say again.
Is there anything you want to plug real quick?
Yes, my girl, sweet as
Oh.
two of them, be easy.
I like her. She's good people. I've talked to her before. We actually talked before. She's good people. All right, let's start ladies first. CFW, you
I
got
don't
2
have anything,
minutes.
believe it or not. I have nothing.
Well, what's on your mind? Is
I've
there
been
anything else
working.
we didn't?
Well, I'm working on trying to get this. I'm working on that prison here, or not the prison, the county jail. So I've just been kind of dabbling in that right now.
And doing
So.
some cop watching, I see.
Yeah, I've been doing some cop watching, but I want to get some reform or change in that jail. I'm working with this new group called New Sheriff Now, and we're going to get a way to get those inmates to vote, because because they're an inmate doesn't mean they can't vote. So there's a lot of votes that could be made between one right there, especially since there's a new sheriff.
How do we find you on YouTube?
Oh, you just go to CFW. That's all you gotta do.
So that's all you gotta do is go to CFW. You don't have to do Carolina Fort Worth.
Just CFW, and I'll pop right
That's
up.
cool.
Lucky.
That's
I don't know
actually
how.
really smart.
I don't know how it happened that way. I was lucky.
Morgie, Miss
That's how I
Morgie,
find
what's
it.
on your mind?
Well, in this case, Sancho, you're about to go to bed. I'm telling you this now. Okay, you're about to get tucked up. I'm going to make you a hot chocolate with marshmallows, and you're going to go to bed because you've been spending far too much time on these panels, and you're getting squirrely in Discord. So I want you in bed by 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay.
10-4. Well, it's 3:20 a.m. now, just for the interest of avoiding a beatings.
Well, I'm allowing you a little bit of extra time tonight. As of now, you will be in bed by 3 o'clock. Okay?
So we have that on record. If I get beat, it's already 3:20 a.m. That she's saying 3 o'clock. I got a case, Bruce, right?
Thanks for. Is it my turn?
It is your turn, Bruce. You got 2 minutes.
Right, 2 minutes. Okay. Let's see.
2 minutes.
Thanks for your panel, mate. No, I really appreciate it. I came through it and I was listening for quite some time, and Morgie put up some nice things there about what we should do around the world and what's happening here in Australia. And socially awkward. I really hope that you're not as sick as what you're saying, and I do hope that you do find somewhere. I really do. So you take it easy, mate, and thanks everyone in the panel.
I'm doing a medical ailment show coming up soon. I was talking to James Walbert about it, and I think there's a lot of people who are being suffered with medical ailments right now that are seeking solutions and help. And I'm going to do a little special on that during the day someday, to kind of go over. I know Bruce and I were talking about that earlier too, about that on the previous show. So we're going to touch upon medical ailments. A socially awkward is more than welcome to be on that panel. I won't be on the panel. I'll be giving the show over to people like James, and if a socially wants, be on panel, to just everybody share their story, share their testimonial, share their battle and fight with a medical ailment, whatever it may be, whether it's Crohn's disease or anything else like that. And it'll be good to build a network of people that are suffering and going through a similar battle like they are. And I don't think we're shining a good enough light on that.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll be able to help someone else next to them. That'd be
great.
great.
I mean, let's pick some people up and help them. And although it might not be the same ailment, whether it's, it doesn't matter what it is.
Kitchen and stuff like that. Sorry, my 2 minutes is out.
Yeah, no, but the fight's the same, the battle's the same, and the trying to persevere and defeat whatever ailment you have is always the mission. Mr. Klein, you got 2 minutes. What's on your mind?
I just want to say I think it's awesome to see everyone just come together on this homelessness issue. It really it was heartwarming, something like that. Also, I just wanted to invite CFW back on my show. It's any channel and any time she would like. I enjoyed having her there. Joe Cole, he's more than welcome to as well. Morgie too. Just anybody would like to come on is more than welcome to. I enjoy intelligent conversation, and it's just like everyone that comes on Sancho's panel is very intelligent and they have a good head on their shoulders. So, Sancho, kudos to finding great people to come on panel with you, man.
We're only growing. We're getting close to 700 subs, and we're only growing every day. And I owe that to everybody on panel, everybody who's been on panel, everyone who subscribed, liked, and shared. It's a giant thank you from me to you all. So
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Can you write something in the chat so I can? I don't think I'm sub to you, mate. If you can write something in chat and I can.
Actually, Bruce, if you do exclamation point Klein, it actually his channel
Brings it up?
shows up.
Okay,
Yeah.
Klein, was it?
Yeah. Exclamation point Klein. And you can do exclamation point CFW, exclamation point cool. If you do exclamation point Joe Cool, it will be an announcement that his weed bag has been lost, and everyone put their hands up and don't move. It's Klein with a K. Klein with a K. There it is,
Okay,
Bruce. There
okay.
it is, Bruce.
Cheers, mate. Thank
everybody subscribe to everybody who's been on panel tonight. Show them love and support. Tell them Sancho sent them. We'll be live tomorrow night. I am working on a really epic interview with a individual who spent 29 years incarcerated, and it is a deep. It is a deep. He just got released a year ago. I was supposed to interview him on Sunday, but he had a family loss, so I had to move it. That's why there was no show on Sunday. But like I said, I can't wait, and I can't wait to show you all. And it's gonna be emotional. It's gonna be powerful.
I don't know.
We're talking abuse by the police, forced interrogations, behind the scenes deals that they were negated on. If you say it's him, you will avoid jail time. They said it's all that stuff. John Gibson is his name. John Gibson, the story of John the Gibson.
Okay.
He will be my guest hopefully this week. I'm working on the end of the week, if not probably the weekend. So everyone stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for ladies' night. I think it's tomorrow night. I'm gonna get behind the scenes and talk with Morgie and the squad about what they want to do if Morgie's available tomorrow night. So I want to thank everyone for tuning into El Sancho Live. Please like, share, and subscribe, and have a great night.